Evanston Outlaw Baseball is live on the radio at 99.1 FM KNYN and online at mylocalradio.com. This year, Wyoming Legion AA Baseball is the show. Follow the Wyoming Legion Post 41 Evanston Outlaws throughout the summer as we bring you live video and play-by-play coverage. Being brought to you by Dr. Todd Huber Chiropractic, Cash Honda Yamaha, Wyoming Dental Specialties, Mountain West Business Solutions, Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, Bear River Dental of Evanston and Black's Fork Dental of Mountain View, Ellingford Brothers, Uinta County School District Number 1, the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, the Legal Tender Restaurant and Best Western Dunmar Inn, the Evanston Recreation Center, the Littlest Wood Shop, Come On In of Casper, Plains Tire, Arrowhead Dental, Rocky Mountain Yeti, Dr. McKay Franken, First Bank of Evanston, and by Auto Farm Chevrolet. With the first pitch quickly approaching, let's head to the diamond.
Day 3 at the 2020 AA State Championship Tournament. The Outlaws come into this one at 1-1 in the losers bracket. Now it's a true double elimination, so Evanston still could work its way back up. Still has a chance for the title, but they would have to stave off elimination first this afternoon at the Paul J. WATAHA Complex as Evanston takes on the Sheridan Troopers. Winner moves on, loser goes home. Ryan STEINECKERT here with Matthew Peterson and ELAN OLLIFF on our pregame show. Matthew, ELAN, a tough day yesterday for the Outlaws.
Indeed tough, and they just really never got going offensively, and those are the kind of games where you just accept that the law of averages was against you that day, and you hope tomorrow, or it would be today, your bats get going and your offense finds its groove.
Got to find some groove. That's a big key. They were going scoreless yesterday. Had one base hit. Reed Gross a single in the first inning, and no outlaw base runner got beyond second base. They've got to find a way to produce more, find some more offense today against the Sheridan Troopers team that Evanston has played twice this year. We'll tell you about those games and today's matchup when we return on this First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and mylocalradio.com.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
Receive the best service in the industry when you lease or purchase office equipment from the professional, friendly staff at Mountain West Business Solutions. With a guaranteed quick turnaround time, we will save you money, time, and energy with quality products and customer service that is unmatched in the industry. Serving customers in Wyoming and Utah, Mountain West Business Solutions is a local company with a toll-free number, 866-583-9925. Call us today.
Back to the Paul J. WATAHA Complex and the state tournament 2020. Outlaws won day 1 3-2 against a Laramie team. And Evanston, of course, it's been a great season for the Outlaws, a number 1 seed in conference in the AA West. ELAN, what have you got for us on today's matchup and the scene set there with Evanston and Sheridan?
So the Evanston Outlaws come in after a loss to Cheyenne post-6 yesterday, 14-0 to, I believe, around 31-time state champions. And that brings them to the losers bracket. Currently a 28 wins and 21 loss overall record. A good conference record for the Outlaws in 2020. 9-3, 6-4 in their last 10, averaging around 8 runs per game and allowing just around 6 runs per game. For the Sheridan Troopers, 38-21 their total record, 5-6 conference record. And as we've heard, that AA East was something else this year with Sheridan, Gillette, Cheyenne, and Laramie. 6-4 in their last 10. Last time they're out, they dominated the host Rock Springs Sand Puppies, 23-3. Right now, Sheridan averaging around 7 runs per game and allowing 5 runs per game.
Outlaws got a good taste of how tough that AA West or AA East can be yesterday, that 14-0 loss to the number 2 team, Cheyenne. And Evanston has played Sheridan twice already this year. They met up at that Gillette tournament 2 times. In the first game, it was a close one, 3-1. Outlaws' Ryan Fisher went 6 innings pitched, and I think he pitched well enough to win that game, but Evanston just didn't get the run support they needed, Elan.
He absolutely couldn't, and there were some base running errors. If you remember, there was a single that was that scored the 1 run for Evanston, and Jagger Mitchell was trying to stretch it into a double, but they just hosed him as he was trying to stretch that out. So some mental lapses that I don't think we'll see much of those from the Evanston team. I actually think we'll see the team that played Laramie out here opposed to the one that played Cheyenne.
Evanston and Sheridan met again the next day on May 25th. Again, this was going back to the very beginning of this season, and Evanston took a 2-0 lead. This was for 3rd and 4th at that Gillette Spring Classic, and Evanston had a 2-0 lead through 5 innings, 4.5, and then Sheridan was the home team. They put up a 6 spot in the bottom of the 6th, 2 more in the 7th, or a 6 spot in the bottom of the 5th, 2 more in the 6th, and went on to win 8-2. But this is a team that Evanston can compete with, and I think it's a team that Evanston knows they can compete with.
And that's the big thing. I mean, we talked about it yesterday, and the question was asked, does the word Cheyenne post 6 kind of put some type of mental block, and that creates a physical block when you're playing against them? Sheridan Troopers, they don't elicit as much fear and as much respect. They are well respected, and they are a very good team, state champions themselves once upon a time. But the Evanston Outlaws, I don't think, fear this team at all.
Well, and you mentioned their record this year, 38-21 overall.
Yeah,
that's an excellent record for any baseball team, and they only finished 3rd in the AA East. But, Matthew, we saw these guys rake yesterday against Rock Springs, put up 23 runs.
Oh, I mean, they were putting the ball in every single square inch around this ballpark, and everyone was getting it done. 1 through 9 in the batting lineup, so they're going to want to bring that momentum into today, and it's kind of water meeting oil. I mean, you're looking at the Outlaws yesterday. They could get nothing going offensively. Meanwhile, Sheridan had everything going offensively yesterday.
Outlaws get to be the home team again. This one, they're the #1 seed from the AA West. Sheridan will be the visitors as the #3. So that's baseball, maybe more than any other sport, the home team, especially on a neutral field, being the home team makes a big difference.
And it's worthy to note the previous time Evanston had played Sheridan, they wore the assigned visiting team. I don't think Evanston got one home game at that Gillette tournament.
Yeah, you're right. They were the visiting team both times they played Sheridan up in Gillette. And, boy, a hot day today in Rock Springs. I think we're looking for highs about 90, and it's Rock Springs, so we'll have winds of 10 to 15, maybe more miles per hour. But overall, right now, a beautiful afternoon for some baseball here at the Paul J. WATAHA Complex. Do we need to take any ad breaks?
I believe so, because this is the first game of the day, so they will go into the national anthem.
So we will take an ad break. We'll have the national anthem. We'll be back with the first pitch on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog and My Local Radio.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
A loser out elimination game here. The Evanston Outlaws and the Sheridan Troopers. 3 officials for this contest. We'll have 1, of course, behind the plate, 2 in the field. And with each game here, Elan, they've had the players recite a sportsmanship motto type of thing to keep their temper, keep themselves under control.
And it's really kind of I think it's a good way to kind of pause and and remind the boys what this is all about. And it's about sportsmanship. It's about representing your community. It's about representing your families, and to do that in the most honorable way possible.
It was interesting when this season started back in May. There were question marks of could we even have baseball because of the 2019 coronavirus disease. A lot of other places did not have baseball. Legion Baseball said, no, we're not doing baseball. But teams in Wyoming said, well, we are. And there were lots of concerns with social distancing, crowd control, and spacing. And even still in the dugouts after each game, teams leave. They disinfect everything. It's been very well run. They've been cautious. And we talked with Cody Beers, the commissioner of Legion Baseball in Wyoming yesterday. He said, knock on wood, we have not had any kind of outbreaks in all of Legion Baseball this summer.
Absolutely. And it's just a hats off to the job done so far. I mean, we can't call it a job complete for another 2-3 weeks when we know that if there is any cases with anyone, that we can eliminate the fact that it was here at the state tournament. But I tell you what, so far the league's done a knockout job, and really I think it has set an example to the rest of the state of, hey, we can have these sports, we can have games, we can have gatherings, but we have to have them responsibly.
Let's give you the starting lineups for these two teams. Outlaws in the field. Do you have a defensive lineup there, Matthew? You could go through the Outlaws for us.
Yep, Outlaws going left to right in the outfield. They got Justice Reese.
Either way.
Oh, here we go. We got Ryan Fisher, Connor Peterson, and Caden Smith left to right in the outfield. And then your bullpen is comprised of Gus Allred and Reed Gross. At third base, you got Jordan Schneider. Shortstop is Jagger Mitchell. Second base is Brendan Thompson. And first base is Clayton Moyles.
We saw Casey Perriman pitch a little bit yesterday, and after striking out an opponent, one of the Cheyenne Sixers, he immediately headed for the dugout. That was the third out of the inning, and Coach Thompson told us yesterday after the game he heard something pop, felt something pop, and not available to play today most likely. So Outlaws without Casey Perriman, a starter all season long.
And that is a big arm in the outfield to lose at this point in the season.
Carter Dubberly to lead off. Center fielder number 5, a left-handed hitter for this Troopers team. Sheridan Troopers again coming in at 38-21. It's lefty on lefty as Gus Allred delivers the first pitch. Ball one down in the dirt at 1:02 p.m.
Yeah, Dubberly been one of the more consistent players this season. 42 games, hitting just above 370.
Allred delivers second pitch right at the belt, strike one to Dubberly.
I'm really interested to see Gus Allred start throwing that breaking ball in this at-bat. If he can place it early, then that tells you what kind of day he's going to have.
Allred working quickly, but misses low and away, ball 2.
Control was an issue for the Outlaws yesterday. You had Jagger Mitchell on the mound to start the game, and so far the Troopers are making the Outlaws earn their strikes.
Troopers will do that. We saw them earn a lot of walks yesterday against Rock Springs. Dubberly with the 2 balls, 1 strike count, and lines one into left field. Fisher drifting left, settles and makes the grab, out number 1.
So far, so good. A long way to go. Long way to go.
Indeed.
A much better start than what we saw yesterday.
Nico Vite flew out to, I think, left field yesterday, and the leadoff hitter, but then from then on, things went Cheyenne's way. We'll see
if I recall, that was a much more labor-intensive at-bat. I think Jagger went deep in the count on that one. That one was a 2-1 just straight into left field.
Right. A few more pitches, and it was better contact. It was a laser into left field that the Outlaws were lucky to catch. Outside corner at the knees, strike one to Michael Greer, the third baseman, number 21.
I don't know about you guys, but I love watching Reed Gross catch. He's just one of those guys that he's going to be missed next year, but I know we've got great catchers coming up in the ranks.
Allred delivers, ground ball to short. Jagger bobbles it, able to knock it down, pick it up barehanded, throw to first, short, and Moyles can't scoop it out of the dirt. So an error allows Michael Greer to get on board with 1 down.
And this is when it pays off to have Gus Allred on the mound. He doesn't get flustered by the errors in the field. He just takes a deep breath, gets back on the mound, and gets right back to it.
Number 3 hitter Dalton Nelson, the shortstop. Allred steps back up onto the rubber. Caden Smith in right field. We've seen him play just about everywhere this season for Evanston. Allred delivers. Fly ball into shallow center field. Peterson coming up and will not get there in time. 1 hop, quick throw to second, but Michael Greer read it perfectly from first, and Dalton Nelson has a seeing eye single into center.
Yeah, the Troopers are not taking the brakes off, putting the brakes on since yesterday. 23 runs in their game yesterday, and they're coming out swinging. First pitches, they're not waiting for anything.
Gus might have to be a little more nibbling at the corners, or maybe throw a few more setup pitches and things like that to keep those bats off the ball. Aiden Roush to the plate. Second baseman, number 16, cleanup hitter. Big, strong right-handed batter. White batting gloves. Long gray pants. We'll tell you about the uniforms here in a moment. Quick line drive into right field. That'll likely score a run. Caden Smith picks it up, and the green light heading home. The throw in off the off the plate. That'll score a run. So Aiden Roush with an RBI single, and Sheridan's on the board 1-0.
I mean, 3 pitches, 3 hits. The Troopers have, you don't want to say figured out pitcher Gus Allred already, but they are jumping all over his pitches right now.
And we do tend to see Gus give up somewhat of a big inning, but he does tend to calm down as the game goes on. And here's Justice Reese. I'll recognize that kid anywhere.
Big, tall left fielder, number 38. Very thin.
He doesn't hit like he's thin.
Foul tip back to the screen.
If you remember in Game 2 against Sheridan, it was bases loaded, 2 down, and Jagger Mitchell struck out Justice Reese on, I believe, it was like an 11-pitch at bat to end the inning to kind of get out of a high-pressure situation. Maybe something could be brewing here with runners on the corners.
1 down and a 1-0 Sheridan lead. Allred looking at first. Delivers the pitch, fouled back to the screen, and Reese down 0-2.
Well, Allred's the kind of pitcher that does not shy away from contact. He just hopes his defense behind him can do their job. And right now the hitters are finding the pockets in the defense. But man on first, you got 1 out already. You're looking to entice them into double play.
Reed Gross, the Outlaws catcher, spends a little time fixing some dirt behind home plate where he sets up. As Allred looks to the runners. Very short lead at first for Roush. The delivery down in the dirt inside. And not a bad pitch with a 0-2 count. Good dig or good stop by Reed Gross. A ball and 2 strikes to Justice Reese, number 5 hitter. On deck, the first baseman, Caden Steele, and then we'll see the pitcher, Trevor Stowe, if we get there. 1 down, runners on the corners. Allred deals. Misses high and out. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the first, 1-0 Sheridan.
You know, with the height of Justice Reese, you got plenty of strike zone there to work with. If he missed, he did not miss by much.
Reese with the white batting glove. Sheridan in their red uniforms. Sheridan across the front. Is it post 7? Allred delivers inside. Got him, punch him out. He strikes out looking. That cut the inside corner for strike 3. Outlaw fans love it. Sheridan fans can't believe that's called third strike.
Well, what a big strikeout there for Allred. He gives up 3 singles on 3 hits on 3 pitches, and he keeps his composure and gets a strikeout looking.
Caden Steele, big, strong right-handed hitter. Bright white batting gloves, white barreled bat, and takes ball 1 low and away. Sheridan, I mentioned the red uniforms, gray numerals, gray pants. Caden Steele, the long red stirrups with gray stripes around the calves. Others of the Sheridan squad have the longer gray pants. He throws the bat out and back, out and back, out and back, down near his knees, and then pulls it back up over his shoulder as Gus kicks and deals. Line drive into center field. That'll score another run. Dalton Nelson from third, and Roush moves on to second. Caden Steele, that was a laser into center field for the single.
Steele's just going to square this one up and send it right back to where it came from. Beautifully hit right over the pitcher's head and just plops itself down in short center field.
2 runs on 3 hits for Sheridan, and their number 7 hitter, Trevor Stowe, the pitcher, comes to the plate. Stowe, white batting gloves as well, right-handed hitter. Allred looks back to the runner at second. Short lead for Roush. The pitch, sharp grounder to third, easy play for Schneider. Gloves it, steps on the bag, and ends Sheridan's first inning. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 runners left stranded. Outlaws in a hole already as we head for the bottom of the first on this First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Evanston baseball on the Big Dog and My Local Radio.
You're in good hands when you choose Dr. Stosage and Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties for dental implants and wisdom tooth extractions. They work with passion and focus. They use techniques and technologies that are modern and precise. With 2 decades of experience, their skills are highly specialized. If you need teeth extractions or dental implants placed, come see Dr. Stosage or Dr. Buick at Wyoming Dental Specialties, 50 Park Road, or call us at 307-789-9034.
In today's world, with so many places to shop and so many options to choose from, sometimes you have to boil it down to one simple question: where do I get treated the best? At Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, we work hard to make sure every customer knows how much we appreciate them. We love what we do, and we believe in the products we sell. Our goal is to build a lasting friendship with every customer so we can serve you and your family for generations. Visit us today, Cash Honda Yamaha, 3765 US 91, Hyde Park, Utah.
Nothing lead for Sheridan. They jumped all over Gus Allred in the top of that first inning. He settled down a little bit. We've seen Gus, I think you alluded to it, Elan. We've seen him have some slow starts this season, and as he adjusts to what the hitters can do. Yeah, I hope that's the case today.
That last at-bat was, I think, an example of what could be coming. He settled down, threw one that he knew would induce a ground ball, and Jordan Schneider was ready for it and just kind of gloved it, got the force out. Really not a bad situation. You had a force at any base at that situation with runners on first and second. And only giving up 2 in the first inning, we've seen them respond to this before.
So the last time these teams played, of course, it was twice up at that tournament in Gillette, and Evanston did not see Trevor Stowe pitch. We saw Dalton Nelson, Jacob Boynt, Eric Taylor, and Hunter Stone. Of course, Gus Allred didn't pitch in that contest, either of those contests either, against Sheridan. Ryan Fisher leading off, followed by Reed Gross, Jagger Mitchell, and Gus Allred batting cleanup. And we'll see Clayton Moyles, Connor Peterson, Brendan Thompson, Jordan Schneider, and batting ninth, Kason Smith. Fisher, a right-handed batter. Swings on the first one and chops it foul third base side.
Yeah, the Outlaws saw what the Troopers did. They were all over the first pitch, and Ryan Fisher joins the party.
This already just from the body language of this at-bat and the way he swung with that, with absolute determination, I think we might be seeing an offense getting ready to go.
Stowe, off speed, just misses high, and we have a good spot from where we're set up today. You can really see high and low from down here at plate level. And the grounder towards second, pulled in by Aiden Roush, throw to first, and Fisher retired on a 4-3 putout. 1 down. Fisher sees 3 pitches. Trevor Stowe, a right-handed pitcher. I'll give you the defensive lineup here. Trevor Stowe on the mound. Cody Kilpatrick behind the plate. Caden Steele at first. Aiden Roush at second. Third base is Michael Greer, and shortstop Dalton Nelson. At the plate, Reed Gross. His first pitch comes in high, ball 1. Outfield left to right, Justice Reese, Carter Dubberly, and Brock Steele for the Sheridan Troopers. They're playing out straight away, fairly deep. Not as deep as we saw yesterday for the Outlaws against Cheyenne. Ball 1, or the 1-0 pitch comes down and hits the plate for ball 2. Gross, a right-handed hitter for this Outlaws team. Swing and a miss, couldn't catch up to the heat.
Huge cut there by Reed Gross.
327 average this season for Gross. And he chops one back up the middle. This one will find its way through, and for the second day in a row, Gross has a 1-out single, and he's on board in the bottom of the first.
And if anyone on this lineup is due, it's Jagger Mitchell, one of the most prolific offensive weapons in this Evanston lineup this year. He went 0 for yesterday and 0 for game 1, so he's got to get going.
0 for so far here at the tournament, Jagger Mitchell. Comes in, though, with a .351 average and second on the team in RBIs. Gross on first, playing it cautious so far. We haven't seen Trevor Stowe's pickoff move. And Stowe misses high, ball 1 to Jagger.
It may not be just the fact that we haven't seen a pickoff move yet from Stowe, but if you remember yesterday, Evanston had a lot of base running errors in this situation, so maybe they're playing it a little bit more conservative until they feel more comfortable.
Stowe, little glance to first, delivers. Outside corner, yes, strike 1.
Beautiful pitch. He just catches that outside corner.
Stowe came in with a 3.70 ERA, is that right? 3.74 ERA, and he hits the inside corner for strike 2.
Yeah, give him a paintbrush. He's doing a fantastic job right now on the bump. Still been a reliable pitcher so far for the Troopers. 5-3 record in 9 starts.
Looks to first again. Gross settles in with a short lead. Stowe glances that way again with 1 down, delivers the 2-1 or the 1-2, and Jagger foul tips it.
Yeah, that's a great breaking ball by Stowe there. You saw Mitchell just be a little ahead of it, barely gets a piece of it.
So a ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. Sheridan scored 2 in the top of this first inning, and they lead 2-0. 1 out in the home half of the first. Outlaws in their gray uniforms, white numerals, post 41 across the front with the alternating blue, white, and gray stripes across the midsection. The same stripes at the elbows on the sleeves. Jagger wears the long blue stirrups, and the 1-2 outside misses, ball 2. Mitchell. .48 RBIs on the season for Mitchell. He scored 53 runs. Outlaws leading run scorer, Casey Perriman, not playing today. We'll tell you about that in a moment as Stowe delivers, and Jagger into right field. Will this hook foul? Yes, just fouled down the right field line.
Usually we see Jagger pull it on that left field line, but that time he went oppo, which I don't know we've seen very much this year. But the fact that he feels like he's got the confidence to make that swing could be a sign of things to come.
Jagger actually leads this team in runs scored. Casey Perriman is third, and he injured his arm yesterday while pitching. And here with the team, but not playing today. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Jagger on a hit and run down the right field side. That just about took out a couple Troopers in their dugout. Jagger battling. That's 3 pitches he's fouled off with 2 strikes.
And this is the deepest at-bat we've seen from him for in a while.
And for the Outlaws to get back in this game, it's still early, but they're definitely going to have to make Trevor Stowe on the mound work for it and try and get that pitch count as high as they can early and often.
Cross walks his way back to the bag at first. On deck, Gus Allred. Outlaws trailing 2-1 in the bottom of the first inning on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Stowe with the ball behind his back, glove on his left leg. Then he comes set with the glove just below his chin. Delivers. Jagger waits on the off-speed offering and fouls it to the Outlaw dugout.
We should note that left fielder Justice Reese is not the same Justice Reese that Evanston fans are used to hearing from Rock Springs. He's actually a Sheridan grown product, just with the same name.
Justice Reese the second? No. Justice Reese Sheridan version. Stowe delivers outside, misses for ball 3, and Jagger has worked a full count. He was down a ball and 2 strikes. He's fouled 4 off and fills the count. Here from the dugout of Sheridan, we need 1 to win it. A lot of times, players look at each at bat as a win they need to get, right? The victory of each at bat. Stowe kicks and deals, swing and a miss on Jagger Mitchell, strike 3. He got that 1 to win it.
Long at bat, great duel between the two of them. Ultimately, Trevor Stowe, the fastball down low. Mitchell just couldn't keep up with it.
Brings Gus Allred to the plate, a .383 hitter. 33 runs scored this season, 29 RBIs. This is righty on lefty. Outlaws lone left-handed hitter in the lineup, Gus Allred at the plate. With 2 outs and Reed Gross on first, Evanston trails 2-0 in the bottom of the first inning. Gross, a big lead, and Allred takes ball 1, just missed inside at the knees. Allred looks down to third. No sign from Coach Thompson. This is a let's get a hit situation. Outfield in right field playing fairly deep, Brock Steele. Allred to the right side, and that's through the hole. Reed Gross will stop safely at second, and a good decision there as Brock Steele got in quickly. But that's a single into right, and the Outlaws keep things going with 2 outs in the bottom of the first.
Last time Trevor Stowe was out was July 29th in a 5-3 win over Gillette. Pitched 6 2/3 innings 8 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 5 strikeouts and 4 walks. One of the few AA pitchers I can say they have a win over Gillette.
Right. Especially this year. What a season Gillette has had. Clayton Moyles to the plate, a .318 average coming in. Right-handed hitter. He throws left and got the win on Wednesday when Evanston beat Laramie 3-2. Ball 1 in the dirt. Moyle steps back in. Kilpatrick behind the dish, set up. Stowe delivers. Moyles high fly ball, left center field. This will be in the gap. That'll score at least a run or two. Reed Gross rounding third. He scores. And Gus Allred heading for home. The throw comes in off target to the cutoff man. A 2-run double by Clayton Moyles ties the score at 2.
And this is what we are used to seeing from this Evanston offense. They get going early, and once they get going early, they have the potential to get going often.
Well, you knew they were due. The Outlaws were quiet yesterday, but Clayton Moyles gets the party started with a 2-run RBI double.
And with one swing of the bat, Evanston has scored more runs in this game than they did in the entire, or has tied the same number that they scored in the Laramie game. Or sorry, no, one shy because they won that 3-2.
Right, 3-2, but they went scoreless yesterday, and that's already 2 hits more than they had yesterday against Cheyenne. To the plate, Connor Peterson, fooled by an off-speed pitch. Strike 1 on a swing and a miss.
We talk a lot about him, and we've just heaped praise on this kid just from how far he's come. But to see him starting in a state tournament and being as effective as he has been, he went 2 for 2 in game 1. It's a great story.
I've seen, in 7 years of covering the Outlaws, I've seen some pretty dang good outfielders, and Connor Peterson among the very best that we've seen from Evanston. His range in the outfield is excellent.
Ooh, Clayton Moyles definitely distracting Stowe right now.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. Give Stowe something more to think about than just having to worry about the guy at the plate. Fly ball, pop-up down the left side and near the fence and into the sun. Michael Greer he shied away because he was looking right at the sun to try and find that ball and couldn't get it.
And that's such a disadvantage playing at this time of day as the sun is right above you, and he put on the brakes quick because he didn't know where he was at.
So that keeps Peterson alive with an 0-2 count. A man in scoring position. Peterson this season with runners in scoring position hitting .358. His regular average .291. Boy, we could use one here. That'd be great to go ahead. Stowe kicks and deals outside. Just off the corner. Great. If that's a centimeter further in, that's a punch out.
Ryan, this is the highest we've seen Connor hit in the batting order, and I think his 2 for 2 game against Laramie earned him that position.
Stowe kicks and deals. Breaking ball, sharp grounder to third, scooped up by Greer. Throw to first, and in time and on target. So the 5-3 putout ends the threat from the Outlaws, but Evanston does score things up. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left stranded. It's a 2-2 ball game after 1. Heading for the second on the First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog and My Local Radio.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
As your local Ricoh, Toshiba, and Sharp dealer, Mountain West Business Solutions represents quality office equipment that lasts. We work with each client to understand your workflow, your goals, and your bottom line. Whether you lease or purchase office equipment, we have many ways to work with you to provide the best products at the best value. We also service and provide supplies for HP printers. Call Mountain West Business Solutions today. Let us help you find the best solutions for you and your business.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Franklin. Something I've really enjoyed as a dentist over the past 20 years are the lasting friendships that I've formed with many of my patients. My staff is really great, and we try hard to make sure that every patient feels a warm welcome. It doesn't matter if it's your first visit or if you've been with us for years. Every patient is welcome and always appreciated. Our goal is to provide the best dental care possible at reasonable rates. Please call us today to schedule your appointment at 307-789-8910.
Go Red Devils!
First pitch, foul tipped back by Cody Kilpatrick, the catcher for the Sheridan Troopers team. They scored 2 in the first. Outlaws answered with 2 in the bottom of the first. Kilpatrick, strong right-handed batter. Holds the bat over his right shoulder and loops one into right. Thompson knocks it down, bobbles it, couldn't quite keep it in the glove, and Kilpatrick is safe on first.
You almost cued the ESPN Top 10 highlights music right there. Able to get a glove on it, had a second chance. Great effort by Brendan Thompson at second base.
What do you call that, an error or a single?
That's a single in my book.
Brings Brock Steele, the right fielder, to the plate. Allred looking in, glances to first with a man on and nobody out. Gus delivers inside corner, and Reed Gross frames it well enough to get strike one called.
Look at Brock Steele this season. Just a little below the Mendoza line. 185 through 62 plate appearances in 27 games.
You might have to explain the Mendoza line a little bit for those who may not know here in a second, Matthew. Allred delivers, and Steele laces it into left center field. Connor Peterson picks it up off of one hop, and it's a single.
Well, I think Steele heard me, because the Mendoza line is you try to aim to bat above 200 to have your defense be worth it, but huge single just rocketed right at Connor Peterson in center field.
Brings Carter Doubly to the plate. He flew out to left field in the first, a .371 average for the leadoff hitter from Sheridan. Center fielder, and he hits left. He steps into the box. Fairly crowding the plate. Sheridan blue-barreled bat over his left shoulder. Rests it on the shoulder, lifts it up, and then rests it, lifts it again, lays down a bunt right back at Allred. He knocks it down and misplays it, boots it out in front of him, and Doubly loads the bases on the bunt error.
I mean, that was just a tough play by Allred all around. A well-performed bunt there by Carter Doubly. Just lays it down perfectly, gets on his horse over to first base, and bases loaded, no outs. Storms are brewing here for the Outlaws.
Michael Greer to the plate. He grounded too short, but it was an Outlaw error that allowed him to get on, and that got things going. He came around to score later on Aiden Roush's RBI single. Outlaws defensively shift in the infield to cut off a run at home should we get a grounder in the infield. First pitch inside corner, painted by Gus Allred for strike one.
Yeah, for the Outlaws here, you might want to just accept the fact that runs will be scored. Let's focus on get some outs and put yourself in a better position defensively later on this half inning.
Electric blue bat, powder blue cleats for Michael Greer. Strong right-handed hitter, takes ball one low. 1 ball, 1 strike for Greer. Third baseman wears a red Sheridan helmet. Big S on the front of that helmet, black batting gloves, and the long gray pants. Allred looking in from the full windup. Big kick with the right foot, and a line drive over Thompson's head into right field. Cason Smith comes up, throws quickly. The run coming home. Outlaws just did not get that relay quick enough. I don't think they expected Brock Steele to try and score from second, but he does, and it's 4-2 Sheridan.
Yeah, great heads-up play there by Steele at second. He recognizes what the defense gives him and gets all the way home from second.
Interesting that had Thompson been playing at his usual depth, that's an easy catch right there at second base, but with the defense shifted in, it's over his head into right field for the 2-run single. Quick meeting at the mound from Coach Chad Thompson. We'll thank a couple of our sponsors here, Union Wireless at 148 Front Street in Evanston. Visit unionwireless.com, treating you like a neighbor, not a number. That's Union Wireless. Wireless speed so fast you'll see stars. We apologize for the issues we're having. If you're watching the stream online at mylocalradio.com, trying to look through this chain link fence, trying to do our best there and keep that thing focused. Bunt laid down, but the wrong direction. Dalton Nelson barely got a foul tip of it and dribbled it back to the screen. Nelson singled and scored in the first. Sheridan with 2 more runs so far on 3 hits in this second inning. That's 6 hits already in this ball game. Does it keep going blurry, the camera? We might have to shift it off of automatic zoom focus. Do you know how to do that? Delivery from Allred just misses, maybe a bit high. Ball 1. Allred with runners on first and second. 2 runs in already. Nobody down in the top of the second inning. Sheridan up 4-2 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Nelson, the left-handed hitter, number 3 in this Sheridan Troopers lineup. Waves the bat over his left shoulder. Open stance. Pops it high down the third base line. Schneider can't find it because of the sun, and unfortunately that could have been a routine play for Evanston, but Nelson lives to see another pitch as that drops in foul territory down to the turf.
Yeah, frustrating indeed there for Jordan Schneider, the third baseman, but it's going both ways right now because of the sun, so you can kind of chalk it across the board.
Yep. Interesting. That popped up high enough that Jagger Mitchell almost got there in time to make the catch, about 5 feet beyond the foul line down the third base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Dalton Nelson. The shortstop waits and takes the pitch just inside at about the knees for ball 2. Is it working yet? Is it staying? Yeah. We got that camera auto-focusing on the chain link instead of the game. So Elan's staying over there for a minute to make sure things get squared away and stay consistently focused on what we want. Dalton Nelson fouls one off over the third base dugout, out of play.
Take a look at Dalton Nelson this season. 52 games, batting just over 400. Just been rock solid, and that's why you slide him in there, the 3 spot in your lineup.
He's got an opportunity here to push the lead further. Sheridan up 4-2 with nobody out. Runners on first and second. Allred looks to second, then delivers in the dirt, and great block by Reed Gross to hold the runners, but it's ball 3 and the count fills. Allred taking his time a little bit here to set up for this next pitch. From the stretch, a full count pitch. Now you've got 1 base open, but that's third. He'd push runners over if Nelson were to earn the walk. Allred delivers, fly ball, right center field. Connor Peterson waves off his teammates and makes the catch. Both runners got a little too far off the bag, did not tag, and Nelson retired with a fly out to center. 1 down, excuse me.
Just a big sigh of relief for the Outlaws. When you got a Gold Glover like Connor Peterson in center field, patrolling the area, just a big sigh of relief knowing if it's hitting in his direction, good chance he'll get under it.
That'd be fun if we could do something similar to the Gold Glove in AA Wyoming.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you do have pitcher of the year, which I guess you call Cy Young. Right. You have MVP, so, I mean, all they got to do is best fielder.
Aiden Roush to the plate.
It looks like we've got that camera issues figured out, so.
Good work. RBI single in his last at bat in the first. He got over to second before the inning ended. Sheridan with 2 runs in the first, 2 more here in the second with 1 down and 2 men on. Allred looks to second, delivers the pitch outside, just misses, ball 1. Aiden Roush, a .374 average. Cleanup hitter. That's some good production. Right-handed batter. White cleats. He's got that shin guard on his front leg. That's a left leg for a right-handed hitter, of course. He takes strike 1 inside corner at the knees.
You know, right now it seems like the fastball is the most effective. That should be what he's working to. And usually he likes to go to that breaking ball, but right now the fastball, I don't know if Sheridan is seeing it very well, but that seems to be what he's working with. So maybe that's going to be his put away this afternoon.
1 ball, 1 strike. Allred from the stretch. Inside corner, same spot, strike 2. That one looks low and in to Roush. He's scooted away from the last 2 pitches, just a slide back, and they've both been right on that inside corner. Taps both edges of the plate. Electric blue and gray bat. Waves it over across the plate. Pulls it back as Gus looks to second. With 1 down, the 1-2 pitch. High fly ball, left center field. Fisher going back, and it's over his head to the fence, all the way to the wall, about 1 hop. Peterson picks it up, throws it in, and 1 run will score. Sheridan leads 5-2 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Doverly scores from second. Greer holds up at third.
And Roche entered today with 38 RBIs to his name, and he continues to add on some more. Well hit deep left center field.
So Dubberly scores. He got on an error, if you remember, earlier in the inning with a bunt back at the pitcher. Roush already with 3 RBIs in this game. Strike one inside corner to Justice Reese, who struck out looking in his first at-bat today.
Justice did not like that pitch, but that was right at the knee line.
Reese steps back in, stands straight up, and then crouches down a bit as Gus sets to deal. Runners on second and third with 1 out in the second inning. Reese, a little blooper toward first.
Nice
Royals
catch,
leaps
Clayton.
high to make the catch.
Oh, you want to talk about a gold glove play?
Just athleticism right there. Clayton Moyles at first. Gets on his pogo stick and elevates himself to get that one in his glove.
And that was the plan from the moment he moved. He knew he didn't have time to go back. You saw him kind of wind up for the hop and then just timed it beautifully.
That brings Caden Steele to the plate, an RBI single in the first. He's a right-handed batter and takes strike one. Gus has that spot inside corner nailed down.
He needs to keep working that one. Until they do prove they can do something with it, he needs to keep working that one.
And if he can keep getting that spot and then go inside out a little bit, that might keep Sheridan guessing a little more. Gus nods, winds, deals, and misses outside. Ball one. On deck, Trevor Stowe, the number 7 hitter in the lineup. These guys going through the lineup quickly. This is Caden Steele's second at bat. He's number 6 in the batting lineup. Long Red Sox, gray stripes at the calves for Steele. White, bright white batting gloves. Waits and in the dirt pitch. Gross blocks it for ball 2.
Credit Gross with an excellent block, and he's just going to talk to his pitcher. Tell him just to slow things down and keep your composure. 2 outs, just focus on the batter.
And this is the end of the season, and Reed has been Gus's catcher from day one, so he knows what to say to him to either rile him up or calm him down. And I think right now we need the latter.
2 runs in the first for Sheridan, 3 more here in the second. Outlaws answered in the bottom of the first. They've got a bit of a hole to answer back to if they can get to the bottom of the second here in a moment. 2 balls, 1 strike to Caden Steele. Runners on second and third with 2 outs. Allred deals, and this foul tipped back to the screen. Count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Much better pitch by Allred. You see where Gross sets him up and manages to locate that spot.
Allred takes a little time, steps back behind the rubber, then back up on. With runners on second and third and 2 outs from the full windup, set at the chest, kicks and deals. The 2-2 inside corner,
yes.
Strike 3, punched him out. That's the second strikeout of the day for Gus Allred and ends the Sheridan threat after 2 runs, make that 3 runs on 4 hits. 1 outlaw error and 2 runners left stranded. It's 5-2 as we head for the bottom of the second. Evanston trails on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog and My Local Radio.
Early Oregon-bound immigrants traveled through the Bear Lake Valley. U.S. Highway 30 basically follows the Oregon Trail. Many wagon trains stopped at Thomas L. Pegleg Smith Trading Post, located near Dingle, Idaho, for supplies. One traveler wrote of camping along Cotton Line Bear River, watching grass as tall as a man wave in the wind. Today, you don't have to ride in a wagon to visit Bear Lake Valley, but the rich history is still here to enjoy. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
At Ellingford Brothers, we're known for an excellent steel shop and quality cement. We also provide other products all year round. Sand and different sizes of gravel for road base and landscaping in the summer and fall. Traction in the winter and mud control in the spring. Bark for landscaping in the summer and winterization in the fall. And topsoil. Spring, summer, and fall, prices are always honest. Pickup or delivery. Ellingford Brothers, your year-round source for so many things. Stop in today at 221 County Road in Evanston.
In a bit of a hole after Sheridan scores 5 through the first 2 innings. Outlaws answered with 2 runs in the bottom of the first. They had things tied, but Sheridan bats continue to rake, and Evanston down 3 runs as we start the bottom half of the second inning.
We saw the Outlaws respond in the first inning. Just the bar got set a little higher here in the second. They trail by 3 now.
Brennan Thompson to lead off for Evanston. And he hits one high and deep into right field. This one may slice foul, and just foul. Tough to see through that chain link fence from this angle, but the umpire makes it clear for us that is foul.
The fact that Evanston is swinging at these first pitches shows me that they're feeling good about their chances today.
And I think we had a key at bat. Jagger Mitchell struck out swinging, but he made Stowe work.
Yeah.
And if Evanston can have that combination of aggressive when they see something they like, but showing some patience as well. Thompson chops it toward third. Steele backs up, or Greer rather, backs up and slings it to first for the out number 1. Michael Greer's already made a couple of plays there at third. In fact, he's made the last 2 outs. Connor Peterson grounded to third to end the first.
And that was something we saw back in May. This infield from Sheridan is a black hole. If Evanston's got any chance, they got to find the gaps. They're not going to get a lot of errors in the infield like they are used to.
Jordan Schneider to the plate, and he takes strike 1 inside corner. Gus Allred getting that call, so does Trevor Stowe. Is that a different bat for Jordan?
It might be for JoJo.
I don't remember seeing that neon green. Strike 2 inside corner, and both of those kind of backed Schneider off the plate a bit. Thanks, Matthew.
Yeah, the wind is picking up all of our papers right now as that pitch just catches the inside corner, ball 1.
A bit high to Schneider, a .264 average, 15 RBIs on the season, 17 runs scored. Jordan looking to get on and swings and misses. The ball in the dirt gets away from Kilpatrick, but he quickly scoops it in, throws to first, and gets the out. So the strikeout swinging and the 2-3 put out. 2 outs with Caden Smith, the number 9 hitter, to the plate for Evanston.
Caden had 2 RBI doubles in Jackson a week ago in a 14-13 victory over them in the final game of the regular season.
A .303 average this year for Caden Smith. Pitch 1 in the dirt. He's got 7 RBIs, 8 runs scored. His time in AA, how many plate appearances? It's not a ton. We'll get that for you here in a second. 43 plate appearances, and takes ball 1 low and away, or ball 2, excuse me.
I got a confession to make. I told my wife this morning that Caden Smith's, I think, my favorite outlaw player. I just love the swagger he brings to the plate and to the mound.
He's played in 19 games this year. Swings and misses for strike 1. One thing that happened, he was playing catcher here at Rock Springs about a month and a half ago, and a bat caught his left wrist. And so he was out for a couple weeks because of that. Sharp grounder up the middle. Dalton Nelson dives, scoops, stands, throws, and misfires. Caden Smith on base with an infield single.
Yeah, that was a well-hit ball. Very difficult play for Dalton Nelson at shortstop. He's able to corral and keep it in front of him at least, but just too strongly hit.
And Smith with the speed to get down the line and beat the throw. The throw a bit off target, but I think he'd beat it anyway. Brings us to Ryan Fisher. Grounded out to second in his first at bat in the first inning.
We talked about it yesterday. This top of the order is usually very productive for Evanston, with the exception of Reed Gross. They've kind of been quiet, so they're due to go off.
Stowe kicks and deals, and he got Fisher chasing one in the dirt. Boy, that was a nasty, nasty curveball.
Yeah, Stowe's been getting a couple outlaws to fall for that, swinging for balls they have no business to be swinging for.
So struck out Jagger Mitchell swinging, struck out Jordan Schneider on four pitches. Other than that, Outlaws have made contact. Stowe kicks and deals inside, just missed that corner that time. Ball 1.
Depending on how this goes, this could be the last Outlaw game for Connor Peterson, Reed Gross, Ryan Fisher, and Brendan Thompson.
Outlaws trail 5-2 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Stowe deals. Fisher line drive. Left field just over the glove of shortstop Dalton Nelson. Caden Smith stops, and he started to go past second, but then turned around and stayed safe on the bag. Fisher with a single into left.
Yeah, we got a bit of a 2-out rally coming our way. Ryan Fisher pokes that ball above the shortstop, lands in left field, and runner in scoring position now for Reed Gross.
Gross with 20 RBIs on the season. He has not had a lot of RBI situations coming up to the plate. And he singled in the first, had the only base hit of the day yesterday against Cheyenne, post 6 in that 14-0 loss. Gross waits, a right-handed hitter against the right-handed throwing Trevor Stowe. Breaking ball, drops at the belt, strike 1.
And that's one that Reed's going to want back. That one dropped in where he could put his bat on that one and take it.
Gross steps back in, asking for time as he sweeps a little bit of dirt away and then sets. Bat over the right shoulder, a white, blue, and red bat. Stowe delivers and misses low and out, ball 1. Gross, a .327 average this season. Has runners on first and second. Evanston trails 5-2. They don't need to get all that back now. But boy, it would sure be nice. Stowe kicks and hits the outside corner, strike 2.
Look at the leadoff by Caden Smith at second. Something tells me that there might be some action going on over there.
Outfield playing fairly straight away. Carter Dubberly looks pretty shallow in center field. Evanston hasn't hit anything real deep just yet. Stowe misses, and this pops high in the air away from Kilpatrick. Both runners advance, and now Gross has a serious RBI opportunity with runners on second and third and a 2-2 count. Big moment here early in this game. 2-2 count, 2 outs, runners on second and third. Evanston trails by 3. Reed Gross singled and scored in the first. Outlaws need him to do something here as well. Stowe kicks and deals, foul ball back over the screen. Good swing to stay alive for Reed Gross. Jagger Mitchell on deck. 0 for, 6 at this tournament, I think, 0 for 7. He's, no one's more frustrated about that than him.
Yeah.
2-2 count. With 2 outs, here's the pitch from Stowe. Swing and a foul tip into the glove. Ends the Outlaw threat opportunity. No runs on 2 hits. No errors, and 2 runners left stranded. 3-run deficit remains. Sheridan on top 5-2 as we head for the 3rd inning on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog and My Local Radio.
What do you do when you lose a tooth?
Put it under your pillow. Under my pillow. Like a treasure chest so you could put it in.
Why do you do that?
Because then the tooth fairy comes. For the tooth fairy. So the tooth fairy can come get them.
And then what happens?
I get money.
We may not be the tooth fairy, but we can still take care of your teeth. Bear River Dental in Evanston.
In May of 2019, Uintah County School District Number 1 became the first school district in Wyoming to achieve a certified level 1 on high reliability schools by the Rosanna Leadership Center. We're focusing on 3 levels. Level 1 is a safe and collaborative culture. Level 2, effective teaching in every classroom. And Level 3 is a guaranteed and viable curriculum. We are certified Level 1 in safe and collaborative culture. This is Superintendent Ryan Thomas. Congratulations to everyone in our district. Keep up the great work.
Uintah County School District Number 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Trona Valley Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit financial institution. When you become a member, you are an owner of the credit union. We believe in people over profit, and that impacts the way we do business from our overall structure down to the smallest detail. Our philosophy sets us apart, and we're here for you. Earn more with our high-yield checking account, start a savings goal, check out our competitive loans, and much more. Become a member today. We're a caring partner dedicated to your financial success. Member NCUA.
One of the sponsors of Outlaws Baseball is Superior Rental and the Gun Room at 371 Prospector Drive in Evanston. They have a full line of Cub Cadet outdoor power equipment in stock. It's ready to rent or buy and take home today. They've got great discounts and easy financing. And when you rent from Superior Rental, you know that equipment is in full great condition, as they have a full-time mechanic on staff to keep that rental equipment running smooth. That's Superior Rental and the Gun Room. Leading off is Trevor Stowe for Sheridan. The Troopers lead 5-2 in the top of the 3rd. Stowe, high fly ball, left field. Fisher going back pedals, and reaches up to make the catch. 1 down.
And a great adjustment by Fisher in left field. That ball just sails a little further than he first anticipated, but puts it in reverse, and a great catch.
Looks like he might have some issues with the sun as this game goes along, as well as he stutter-stepped to try to make sure he was under that one.
He definitely would have been looking right about at the sun to make that play, so we'll give him some extra credit there. Cody Kilpatrick to the plate. Singled and scored in the 2nd inning. He got things going for this Troopers team in the 2nd. Allred misses just a bit low. Ball 1 to Kilpatrick. A .341 average from the number 8 hitter. That's impressive. On deck, Brock Steele. Pitch to Kilpatrick, sharp grounded to third. Schneider reaches out for throw to first in time and right on target for the 5-3 putout, out number 2.
Yeah, this is just the kind of inning that Gus Allred needs. I mean, low pitch counts and quick and easy outs for his defense.
Well, has he thrown 2 pitches this inning?
3.
Three and 2 outs.
Yeah. That first pitch ball to Cody Kilpatrick, but yeah, we like that. He threw 41 through the first 2 innings unofficially. That's my count that I've tallied as we've gone along. Brock Steele, the right fielder, number 16. Line drive or pop-up right side. Cason Smith coming in, calls off his teammates, makes the catch, and a 4-pitch inning for Gus Allred. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We like those zeros. Evanston, though, still trailing 5-2 as we head for the bottom of the 3rd on this First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Post 41 Baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
That's the type of inning that Gus Allred and the Outlaws needed to give defensively. 4 pitches. Well, you don't see much more efficiency than that.
No, you really don't. And we talked about it at the beginning of the game. Sometimes Gus takes a minute to settle in, but we've seen when he usually settles in, he becomes increasingly more difficult throughout the game.
He's thrown 45. I've got Trevor Stowe having thrown 45 pitches as well. The difference, 3 runs. Outlaws down 5-2.
And the difference would also be Gus 45-3, Stowe 45-2.
What do you mean by that?
Stowe hasn't thrown a 3rd inning yet.
Oh, in 3 innings. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got you. That makes sense now that I put some intelligence to work. It's sometimes hard to get that brain working for me.
Especially on a Friday. And for you, the Friday of Fridays.
And I'll make the excuse of my son last night came in about 11:30 and said, "Dad, I'm scared. I'm having a nightmare. Will you come lay down in my bed with me for a minute?" So I did, and then I fell asleep in his bed, got up and went back to my bed, and then I couldn't fall asleep for an hour or so. So I'm tired. Jagger Mitchell, the leadoff for the Evanston Outlaws, struck out swinging in the 1st. Right-handed hitter takes strike 1 inside corner. That one dropped down and low enough that Kilpatrick had to turn the glove over and basket catch it.
We look at Jagger. He's trying to break that cold streak, and a good way to do it is with no one on base.
Sharp grounder, third base side, but well foul at the Outlaw dugout for strike 2.
Removes the pressure. You don't have anyone looking at you, counting on you. Just play baseball.
He's looking to go down that 3rd base line.
Greer, the third baseman, has made a couple of nice plays. Stowe delivers, and Jagger fouls this over the screen straight back. Mitchell fouled off 4 pitches in his last at-bat before swinging and missing at strike 3. He's a .351 hitter, 2nd on the team with 48 RBIs, 1st on the team with 53 runs scored. Stowe misses in the dirt. That took a high bounce and hit Kilpatrick, the catcher, in the face mask.
Jagger leads the team, of course, on hit by pitches. I think right now he'd take one.
I think he would. He's like he leads the team ×5 in hit by pitches, doesn't he?
Yeah, 33-7.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Mitchell lays off and strike 3,
Whoa,
a very
whoa,
late
whoa.
call. Mitchell can't believe it. Sheridan fans couldn't believe it for a second until the umpire made the call, the punch out for strike 3.
Jagger's still struggling with that one, and I gotta be honest, I don't blame him. And so is Thompson. He's like, you can't wait that long to just give that call.
Coach Thompson coming out asking, how can that be strike 3?
Yeah, it appeared to be definitely on the higher side and just neighbored with that top end of the strike zone, but Mitchell frustrated, and I could see why. And nevertheless, here's Gus Allred, the pitcher up to bat.
Allred singled and scored in the 1st. The Outlaws need to get something going here and cut into this deficit a bit. Allred had things going on the mound in the top of this inning. We'll see if he can get something going at the plate. Way outside for ball 1. Bounces back to the screen.
We've seen that happen quite a bit for Stowe. All Evanston needs to do is get runners on, and they can take full advantage of that. Matter of fact, that's how they got into scoring position last time.
Allred steps back in. Stowe kicks and deals, and a pop-up to the Outlaw side. Kilpatrick throws off the helmet, gets over to the fence. It just skips off the chain link to the ground for just a strike one on a foul ball. Allred, a .383 average, 29 RBIs, 33 runs scored this season. Black batting gloves. Stowe delivers, and Allred into right field, high, deep, and just foul in the corner.
Well hit ball, hugging that right field line, and unfortunately for him, falls in foul territory, but still a great cut.
And this close to the chain link fence, it's hard to see where the ball even goes about half the time. You just have to look to where the fielders are moving.
Watch the umpire.
So Allred with a ball and 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 3rd inning, Evanston trails 5-2. An elimination game against the number 3 seed from the AA East, the Sheridan Troopers. Stowe delivers way up high, ball 2.
Winner of this game will play the well, actually, we can't really tell because we're at that situation in the bracket where whoever wins this game, their matchup will be decided on if they've played, on who they've played, because they won't play another team they've played before.
Allred back up the middle with a sharp grounder. That's through the middle and in for a single.
That's the second time he's done that. He took it in the exact same spot, his first hit, back in the first.
So are they, let me make sure I understand that correctly. If Cheyenne loses, Evanston would not play, and Evanston wins, they would not play Cheyenne?
They would not play Cheyenne. They would play Gillette.
Interesting. Even though Gillette would have been undefeated to that point, and Evanston would have a loss.
Exactly. And then at that point, Gillette would be the team that Evanston has to go through in order to get to, or Evanston would be the team that Gillette has to go through in order to get to the best of 2 series. Sorry, go ahead.
Clayton Moyles at the plate. And the breaking ball hits the low end of the inside corner, strike 1.
However, if Gillette were to lose tomorrow, then they would automatically go into a winner-take-all game for the championship against the winner of the game earlier Sunday, which would feature the 2 winners from Saturday.
Stowe kicks and deals, high fastball, strike 2 to Moyles. Swing and a miss.
David Settle of YO Prep sitting right behind me. I think that's right? He's kinda.
Allred takes his lead at first. He singled moments ago. Outlaws trying to get something going, trailing by 3 in the home half of the 3rd. A 5-2 Sheridan lead, and Moyles rips it towards short. This could be a double play opportunity. Throw in time to second there, and the throw to first in time as well. A 6-4-3 double play ends the Outlaw rally hopes. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on. 5-3 Sheridan lead, or 5-2 Sheridan leads after 3 on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog and My Local Radio.
We know that when you think of Plains Tire in Evanston, you always think
The Tire Professionals.
Quality customer service. They're friendly with great prices.
I really like Plains Tire in Evanston.
But did you also know that the team at Plains Tire offers oil changes, windshield wiper checks, and free alignment checks? That's right, free alignment checks. We don't want you to quit thinking all those great things when you hear Plains Tire. We just want you to add to the list. Plains Tire, the tire professionals. Stop in today, 157 Bear River Drive.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
Five to 2. We've played 3. The Sheridan Troopers lead. They scored 2 in the first, 3 in the second, went scoreless in the third. I think the Outlaws will need to keep them scoreless or limited here in the 4th inning for a chance to come back in this one. Connor Peterson. No, I'm looking at the wrong side.
Carter Dubberly, the leadoff man.
Thank you. Then Michael Greer and Dalton Nelson. Right down Main Street. Strike 1 to Dubberly. Dubberly, 0 for 2. Flew out to left in the first, then reached on an error in the second and scored in that second inning. Takes ball 1 low and away. Top of the 4th inning, Dubberly, a .371 hitter. 39 runs scored this season. Gus Allred out for his 4th inning of work. And misses up high, ball 2. That one more pitch and he'll have matched his pitch output from inning number 3 through just 4 pitches to get those 3 outs. Dubberly waits. He's a left-handed batter and he takes ball 1 up high. Had to duck down to avoid getting bonked in the helmet. 3 balls and 1 strike on Dubberly.
So the big question being asked in the tournament is what happens if Casper and Evanston win today?
3-1 pitch. Gus kicks and deals and catches the inside corner, strike 2.
Because they both have played Cheyenne, and how it would work is it would follow the bracket. So there'd be no shifting. It'd just follow the bracket as it is. So in that case, Gillette would be playing.
Here's the payoff pitch. Gus delivers, grounder towards second. Thompson ranges left, fields it, throws to first, and gets the out.
In that case, Gillette would be playing Casper, and Cheyenne would get a rematch against Evanston.
Okay. A lot of ifs there. Bottom line is for both of these teams, Evanston and Sheridan, winner moves on. The loser, season is done, and they start. Most of these guys probably turn their attention to football or maybe some other fall sport. Michael Greer to the plate. Reached on an error and scored in the first. A 2-run single in the second. He's 1 for 2. A run scored and 2 RBIs. Right-handed batter takes strike 1 inside corner. That's just about the same spot that Jagger Mitchell struck out on.
Yeah. So it's good that the umpire. We had that same conversation 2 weeks ago. He's got to call it both ways.
The 0-1 inside and on the corner. And Greer turning away from that pitch. Doesn't like the call. I see a little shake of the head as in, man, how can that be a strike?
That's always a double win for the pitcher. If you can get the batter to think it's going to be a ball and move their body.
There's the 0-2 from Gus. Line drive left side. That's through the hole. No chance for Jagger to get there. That was just ripped into left for a single. Michael Greer quickly forgot that second pitch and said, oh, here's something I can hit. 401 hitter, Dalton Nelson to the plate, shortstop. 401 average, impressive. He's got a single and a run scored, 1 for 2 in this ball game. Nelson hits left. Wide open stance with that right foot pointed out toward first base. Allred checks the runner at first, a very short lead, delivers, swing and a miss for Nelson, strike 1. The Sheridan team has not been real aggressive on the base pass. Of course, a 5-2 lead, they haven't had to be. They're getting it done at the plate to move runners over, not trying to steal. Short lead for Greer at first. Back up the middle, and that'll drop in for a base hit. Connor Peterson fields it off of 1 hop, but no play to make anywhere, and that's a second consecutive single for Sheridan. With 1 down, runners on first and second. Aiden Roush to the plate. Roush, an RBI single in the first, a 2-run double in the second. He's 2 for 2.
For the Outlaws, you got to remember now, 3 bases in play for the out. Third, second, and first. You see the infield, well, the corners creeping in, and short and second backing up.
Allred delivers. A sharply hit shot into left field, but foul. Well, foul. Well, he rocked that there, though.
He did.
Got out in front. And Coach Chad Thompson will come out to chat with his pitcher for a moment. Gus meets him halfway between the mound and the third base line. Our broadcast today is brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic at 545 Cheyenne Drive in Evanston. Dr. Todd Hoover is a doctor of chiropractic, so in addition to the chiropractic work, he can take care of blood work, can do x-rays, dietary supplements. He has a great weight loss program, can get rid of your allergies and more. 789-0043. That's Hoover Chiropractic, 789-0043. So a quick chat on the mound. I wonder if Coach Thompson was seeing something to help Gus a little bit. Aiden Roush with a runner on first and another on second. 1 out. in the top of the fourth. Sheridan leads 5-2. High fly ball, deep left center field. Peterson on his horse going back, makes the catch about 3 steps in front of the fence. Quick throw in, one man will tag. That's Michael Greer from second to third. Dalton Nelson stays safely at first. And boy, Connor Nelson, he had to travel a lot of ground to get to that catch.
Peterson definitely showing off his improvements throughout the years. I don't think he makes that play 3 years ago. Maybe not even last year.
Yeah, Peterson, what a great range in the outfield. Justice Reese to the plate with 2 outs and runners on the corners. Reese struck out looking in the first, lined out to third in the second. That was that play by Clayton Moyles where he leapt high to make the catch. Reese, a .380 hitter, so he's 0 for 2. He would be due for a hit, according to the statistics. Gus kicks and deals in the dirt, and Gross with a great stop. Fakes a throw down to first, but does not throw. Ball 1 to Reese. Left fielder, number 38. Waves the bat over in front of the plate, all red. Quick glance at each runner. From the stretch, kicks and deals. High pop-up left side. Schneider can't see it. It's into left field, though, so he shouldn't need to worry about it. Nobody can see it for Evanston, and it drops just 5 feet from Jagger Mitchell. Totally lost in the sun. Evanston just could not see it. Fisher was looking for it. Schneider was looking for it. Jagger was looking for it. They all saw where it left the bat, but they just couldn't find it.
Yeah, tough break for the Outlaws. No one really got a pair of eyeballs on it, and it falls harmlessly. But a run does score.
And they were out of that inning if they make that play.
Right. And with 2 outs, the runners were going. So Michael Greer scores from third. Dalton Nelson advances all the way around to third. And it's 7-2. Allred deals. The runner going. Gross throws to second. The throw not in time, but the throw back to home in time. And they got no! The ball popped loose.
Oh.
The ball slides out of the glove. So Dalton Nelson scores on the steal. And Justice Reese on the throw to home advances over to third.
Evanston's got to take a deep breath now. You haven't lost the game yet, but if you don't correct some things quickly, you will.
Yeah, that 2-out situation, just focus on the batter. I think Evanston's trying to do too much and make up for a tough break they just had with that fly ball into left field.
Are they having a conference out there without coach?
Yeah, no coach. This is a team meeting right here on the mound to talk about the situation, what to do next, try to gather themselves and get out of this inning.
It looked like Reed Gross is doing most of the talking in that one. He was patting certain players on the chest, and I know Clayton was one of them. Maybe telling them, hey, get ready because we need this out.
Caden Steele, an RBI single in the first, struck out looking in the second, and swings and misses at a low inside pitch. That was at his feet.
Yeah, it made him look like he was brooming something.
You know, we have a golf course to our right.
Beyond the,
Yeah, so maybe he got a look at a hole or a flag or something and got in that mode for a minute.
Gus from the full windup. That pitch in the dirt, ball 1.
Ooh, Reed just stares at third when that ball bounces in front of him, just letting him know, I've got it.
That was a low pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 balls, 1 strike with Caden Steele at the plate. 2 outs. Steele, strong right-handed hitter. Sharp grounder to short. Jagger charges, scoops. A few steps, throws off balance, and got him just in time. Great stretch from Clayton Moyles at first. Without that stretch, that's an infield single. Instead, it's a 6-3 putout. Sheridan scores 2 runs on 3 hits. Do you call that an error in the left field? That's just a base hit. Nobody got a glove on it.
Single.
And 1 runner left stranded. Sheridan leads 7-2 in the bottom of the 4th, coming up on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and My Local Radio.
Do you really think you can get a better deal on a vehicle in the city? Poppycock! Rocky Mountain Yeti is hungry for your business and will beat any bona fide deal on any vehicle, or they'll give it to you as a gift. Now that's legendary. Rocky Mountain Yeti Evanston, home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile legendary warranty, where legendary customer service is not a myth.
This is Dr. McKay Frankham. As a dentist in Evanston for over 20 years now, my mission has always been to provide quality dental care for people of all ages at reasonable prices. I'm a detail-oriented person, and it's important to me to stay current on new dental procedures and protocols that can help my patients have the best experience and have the best results. Over the years, I've also worked to keep my overhead low so that I can pass those savings on to my patients. I believe everyone deserves quality dental care. Please call us today at 307-789-8910.
Seven to 2. Sheridan put up 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 more in the fourth. Outlaws matched those 2 runs in the first, but they haven't scored since. And Evanston trails by 5 with Connor Peterson, the number 6 hitter in the lineup, followed by Brendan Thompson, Jordan Schneider. Evanston, you get the feeling obviously time is starting to get short. They've got to do something here.
I think they need at least 2 in this inning just to get the ball rolling.
Peterson, white batting glove, steps into the box, and the right-handed hitter takes strike 1 at the knees, inside corner. That spot has consistently been there for both pitchers. Trevor Stowe out for his 4th inning of work, delivers, and Peterson fouls it down the third base line. Puts him down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Peterson grounded to third in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. This is just his second at bat. Here in the 4th inning, Stowe delivers, misses outside and a bit low. Ball 1. Stowe, not real big, not super powerful, but boy, he mixes up his pitches. That one in the dirt, ball 2.
That actually got stuck in his chest protector. He had to actually reach under his chest protector to pull that one out.
Cody Kilpatrick behind the dish, makes the signal. Here's the 2-2 to Peterson, reaches out, slaps it to second base. Roush scoops, throws just in time for out number 1.
Yeah, a bit of a check swing, and that ball ends up spitting itself out to second base, and Peterson using his wheels to make it somewhat of a close play, but he's retired.
Brings Brendan Thompson to the plate. Brendan grounded out to third in the second inning. Outlaws a 2-run double by Clayton Moyles. Right now your top candidate for the McKay Frankham Dental Services Precision Play of the game. Big, healthy cut by Thompson, and he misses strike 1.
Thompson 0 for 1. Grounded to third out in the second inning.
Taps the outside and inside edges of the plate and sets. Ball 1 inside. That one just missed. That was just about that same spot, the inside corner, that's got a lot of batters wondering how can that be a strike. 1-1 pitch, and Thompson pops it high, first base side, charging in Brock Steele, and he makes the catch for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down so far. Jordan Schneider to the plate. He struck out swinging in the second. He's got a .264 average coming in.
Schneider did not make it 3 up, 3 down for the last 3 at-bats.
Grounder to first. A high late bounce, and what a reaction by Caden Steele to field it, glove it, step on the bag, and get the out. So a quick inning. We go no hits, no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. 7-2, the score remains Sheridan on top by 5 as we head for the 5th on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog and My Local Radio.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
A pass to the Evanston Recreation Center gets you so much more than a weight room. A pass also gives you access to the pool, hot tub, steam rooms, cardio room, cycling studio, shooting range, basketball court, and locker rooms with showers. Passes also let you attend drop-in fitness classes at no additional cost, including Zumba, yoga, cycling, water aerobics, and strength training classes. Live your fit life with a pass to the Evanston Recreation Center. Payment plans available. Stop in today.
Third meeting between these teams this season. Sheridan won the first 3-1. They took the second lead to 2. They lead 7-2 in the top of the 5th inning with number 7 hitter Trevor Stowe at the plate. And he skies one high and deep into center field. Peterson going back, and it bounces once to the wall. Peterson scoops, throws it in, and it's a stand-up double for Trevor Stowe.
Stowe having a great day on the mound and getting it done with the lumber, too. Pushed that one deep to center field. Peterson gave it all he could, but off the fence.
If we're in Green River, that's a home run by about 20 feet. Here in Rock Springs, not quite, but that's good enough for a leadoff double. Cody picked Kilpatrick to the plate. Singled and scored in the second. Grounded to third in the third. The man on second, nobody out. 7-2 Sheridan lead. A quiet crowd for the moment as Allred looks back to second and slides and deals. Popped up on a bunt down the third base side and out of reach for any outlaw defender. Strike one. That was a surprise there to see him square around and bunt with a 5-run lead, a man on second. Caught the Outlaws by surprise as well. Schneider in at third, playing about even with the bag. He may be ready to charge a little quicker this time as Kilpatrick, though, the right-handed hitter, holds the bat over his right shoulder. Waves it just a bit. Still waits. Allred deals, and Kilpatrick, high fly ball, right center field. Caden Smith drifts to his right, makes the catch. Quick throw in for third as Stowe has tagged the throw not in time. Stowe in at third on the fly out to right. So a runner on third with one out brings Brock Steele to the plate. Steele came in with just a 185 average, but singled and scored in the second, flew out to right in the third. It was 1 for 2. He found some gray cleats that matched those gray pants pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
Allred not yet on the rubber. And what's the delay?
We doing a hidden ball trick?
No.
Outlaws.
Oh.
Outlaws were asking that maybe Trevor Stowe had left second early on that tag. Allred delivers inside corner, strike one. Brock Steele turned away from that. We've seen that a lot today, that inside zone, maybe a little bit liberal based on what we've seen the reaction from the batters.
Yeah, that's what Allred's targeting. Just done such a great job today of finding it.
The 0-1 outside half this time.
Oh, boy.
At short, Jagger throws to first and get the out. That was the only real choice there, and the run scores to make it 8-2.
Yeah, it's tough because you don't want to give up any more runs. You're already down by 5, but I think that's the right decision by Jagger Mitchell. You don't want to have 2 men on board and still be with 1 out.
And now you've got an empty bases, so you can kind of take a breath and kind of reset and focus on just the guy at the plate.
And a good thing, too, that the bases are empty. Carter Doubly, the leadoff hitter, a .371 average. He hits left, and the first pitch from Allred inside. That inside corner hasn't been there against left-handed batters quite like it has for right-handed batters. Allred delivers the 1-0, inside corner. And again, against a right-handed batter, I think that's strike 2. But against a lefty batter, the pitcher does not get that spot. So 2 balls and no strikes with 2 outs and nobody on. Allred deals and goes for that outside corner. Misses outside, ball 3. Trying to paint those corners, but you see Reed Gross giving the signal, hey, just calm down, don't worry, let's get this guy. Settle down. Doubly waits with the bat on his shoulder, the 3-0, and wow, that's maybe the first time this season I've seen a swing on a 3-0 pitch. He flies it to deep center field, but Connor Peterson backpedals to make the catch. 1 run, 1 hit. No errors, and nobody left stranded. Sheridan leads 8-2 as we head for the bottom of the 5th on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and My Local Radio.
What do you do when you lose a tooth?
Put it under your pillow. Under my pillow. Like a treasure chest so you could put it in.
Why do you do that?
Because then the tooth fairy comes for the tooth fairy, so the tooth fairy can come get them.
And then what happens?
I get money.
We may not be the tooth fairy, but we can still take care of your teeth. Bear River Dental in Evanston.
We know that when you think of Plains Tire in Evanston, you always think
The Tire Professionals.
Quality customer service. They're friendly with great prices.
I really like Plains Tire in Evanston.
But did you also know that the team at Plains Tire offers oil changes, windshield wiper checks, and free alignment checks? That's right, free alignment checks. We don't want you to quit thinking all those great things when you hear Plains Tire. We just want you to add to the list. Plains Tire, the tire professionals. Stop in today, 157 Bear River Drive.
Broadcast today, of course, on mylocalradio.com. Local radio just for you. Local and regional news, live regional sports like this weekend's state tournament. Outlaws in a elimination game, trailing 8-2. Caden Smith at the plate, ball one in the dirt from Trevor Stowe, out for his fifth inning of work.
Yeah, the Outlaws in a good spot to get a rally going. I know you got your number 9 guy up, but if he's able to get on base with no outs and have the top of your lineup up, that's what the Outlaws would like to have happen.
Ball two inside. That pitch, Sheridan fans, you may have heard their reaction. That's been strike all day long, but not for this time. Swing and a miss by Caden Smith. Big cut on a high fastball.
Smith singled back in the second, able to get to second base before the inning ended.
Bottom of the fifth, Evanston trails 8-2. Stowe delivers, and Smith just gets a piece of it, fouls it straight back. Fisher on deck, the top of the Outlaws lineup, then Reed Gross. Those two have two of the Outlaws' 3 hits on the day. Stowe deals in the dirt. That takes a bounce and hits the umpire's leg, it looked like.
And again, we've seen Stowe bounce a few today.
Yep.
The unfortunate thing is there's nobody on when it happens. So if they've got to focus on getting base runners, and they can take full advantage of that.
Umpire takes an extra moment. Caden Smith takes advantage of that time to go down and talk with Coach Chad Thompson. Invite you to stay tuned for our post-game show. We'll include the Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game and the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. I'll be right first thing in the post-game show. We'll also have one of the Outlaws or Coach Thompson come to chat with us in the post-game. 3-2 count. Grounder in the hole at short. Nelson picks it up and throws in time, just barely. Caden Smith rips his helmet off. Jason Mitchell just runs away from the umpire in frustration to avoid saying something he might regret.
I think he's got a legit gripe there.
It doesn't get closer than that.
Yeah.
I mean, Caden Smith gave it all he had in that run to first. 50-50 call just doesn't go their way. I could see the frustration.
And if you know Jason Mitchell, he does not get hot often at all.
And he's still frustrated. He's pounding his own fists just to release some of that anger, that frustration. Ryan Fisher at the plate, strike one over the middle of the plate and at the knees. Fisher 1 for 2. He grounded to second in the first and singled in the second. Reaches out, chases a pitch in the dirt for strike 2.
And you look at Coach Thompson, he just kind of like shrugged his shoulders like, what are you doing?
That's a pitch that the Outlaws have been struggling with all day. Still getting the better of them on those breaking balls.
0-2. Inside corner, strike 3. Fisher frozen as he's punched out on 3 straight pitches. He was smiling at himself after chasing that second pitch in the dirt, but not smiling now. 8-2, Troopers lead. Post 7. Sheridan Troopers. Reed Gross to the plate. Checks his swing on a breaking ball that crosses the plate. Strike 1. Boy, Stowe has settled in these last 4 pitches. Outlaws scored 2 in the first. They have not scored since. Gross takes ball 1 inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs, nobody on. Evanston looking to maybe get something going on a 2-out rally here in the bottom of the 5th, trailing by 6 runs. Stowe delivers in the dirt, ball 2.
And Gross trying to add to his 1 of 2 performance so far today. Singled back in the first, like you mentioned, and struck out.
He was also the only outlaw to hit against Cheyenne yesterday in the 14-0 loss.
2 balls and a strike. Gross awaits. Breaking ball way outside in the dirt to the screen, ball 3.
And if Kaysen's on, he's on second.
Oh, yeah. If you have a runner on there,
Yeah.
they're moving over for sure.
It just goes back to that 50-50 call. And then if you're Stowe, you've got one more thing to worry about.
There's the 3-1, high and outside. Ball 4. Gross.
Oh, no, he called him on it. He called him on it.
Oof. Fans from both sides surprised that was called strike 2.
No one more surprised than Reed. He's not the type to just throw his bat and take off like that.
No, he's not. And now he's got to protect because the strike zone just grew by 4 inches. Here's the full count 3-2, and that hits him. Gross not happy with that, but he takes his base.
I should be there already is what he's saying.
Yeah, you
Get
have
the
to first the
painful
hard way instead of the ball 4-way.
All right.
Brings Jagger Mitchell to the plate. Jagger, a rare 2-strikeout day, once swinging, once looking. With 2 outs and a runner on first, put one across and get something going here is the Outlaws' hope. Of course, if we're talking hopes, they'd hope for a lot more than just 1 in this inning. Stowe looks to first. Gross on base for the 2nd time today. Jagger just about got hit himself. Ball 1 inside.
Now you got a runner on that can take advantage of those wild pitches that, quite frankly, Sheridan has not had to pay for in a while.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of those with runners on base. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. 8-2 Sheridan leads in the bottom of the 5th. Stowe delivers, and again inside, but that catches the zone, strike 1.
Looks like Jagger is trying to draw that hit a little bit. If you watch that elbow, it does come in a little bit every time he gets ready to take.
He takes that. He sets up with a fairly open stance and then takes a hard step in toward the pitcher. 1 ball, 1 strike. Stowe from the stretch takes a bit of his time. Gross heading for second, and he dives in safe. The ball,
loses the ball
out of the glove. Gross on to second on the steal. The pitch, I believe, was outside for ball 2, or down in, I should say, ball 2.
They called it strike 2 on the board.
Yeah, the umpire is clearly saying 2 balls, 1 strike.
Yep, okay. So he wants it corrected as well.
I appreciate that that signaling from the umpire. That helps us out for sure.
That stolen base really changes the situation now for Mitchell, runner in scoring position.
Stowe looking at Gross and steps off the bag as Reed had taken a big lead with nobody like Aiden Roush, the second baseman, Dalton Nelson, the shortstop, not really covering the bag. And it looks like Stowe just said, don't worry about him. I got this batter. Gross heading for third as Jagger fouls it down the first base line, and Caden Steele could not make the catch.
Had it for a moment, but just slipped out at the last second. And
So
Mitchell
Mitch
lives to see another pitch.
See if he can take advantage of it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with a runner on second. Evanston trails 8-2. They scored 2 in the first, have not scored since.
It's been a while since we've seen a Jagger Mitchell RBI. It's time.
He's second on the team with 48 RBIs this season. Only Brendan Thompson has more at 50. Trevor Stowe, ball behind his back in his right hand. Looks to Gross, sets at the chest and delivers. Misses with an off-speed pitch, just low, ball 3.
Jagger taking him deep again.
Jagger had about a 10-pitch or 11-pitch at bat in the first before striking out swinging. He's got a full count here. Stowe kicks and deals, and Mitchell fouls it over the screen. He chased that one a bit, but I think it was a protection to make sure he didn't strike out looking again.
This is the first time the Outlaws have sent more than 3 batters up to the plate since the first inning, or I beg your pardon, since the second inning.
Yeah, 3 up, 3 down in the third and fourth. Here's the 3-2 again. Gross heading for third, and that's high and inside. That just about hit Jagger in the helmet. So Mitchell gets on with the walk after Gross reached being hit by the pitch, and that brings us to Gus Allred.
And with the speed you have on the base paths, a ball hit into the outfield could score both of them.
Allred 2 for 2, a single and a run scored in the first, another single in the third.
And the wind's blowing out heavily. What a good time for Allred.
The pitch, lined or a sharp grounder, third base side, and that's through actually in the hole between short and third. Gross heading home all the way, and he beats the throw no problem. So Gus Allred with the RBI single, and Evanston gets something going.
First pitch, Allred pokes it through the hole, making the most of the situation with 2 outs as well. Now they trail by 5 here in the bottom of the 5th.
And Mitchell with some smart base running stays safely at second. So runners on first and second with 2 outs. And now a visit from Coach Ben Phillips of the Sheridan Troopers. Trevor Stowe, he's had a good day. That's just the 7th hit, I think, that he's allowed. 3 runs. His team leads 8-3. Our broadcast this afternoon is brought to you in part by Jen's Life Photography in Evanston. Jen is an Evanston local and would love to help you capture the moment, from family portraits to senior pictures. You may be thinking about those coming up pretty soon for senior year. If you're interested, call Jen's Life Photography, 801-289-6161. That's 801-289-6161.
Still getting up there in the pitch count, at least 90 pitches so far.
Is that listed on the Game Changer?
That was pitching to Clayton Moyles. So, yeah, right now, so 90 pitches.
Yeah, I've got him right about there, too. So Moyles steps into the box. Right-handed hitter. He had a 2-run double in the first and hit into a double play in the third. First pitch is outside from Stowe, ball 1. Moyles looks down to Coach Thompson at third and gives a little nod, steps back in, taps the plate. Open stance from that right side of the plate. Stowe delivers. Moyles, sharp grounder, high bounce, and it hit
the batter.
Jagger Mitchell. He was trying to avoid it, but that high bounce, just unfortunate. That's out number 3.
Very rare to see that, and just an unlucky break for the Outlaws. Real momentum squasher as they had 2 men on.
1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left stranded. 8-3. We've played 5. Top of the 6th coming up on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog and My Local Radio.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
When you want something custom built for your home, farm and ranch, vehicle, or trailer, it needs to be done with precision, be strong, and be affordable. Get all this and more when you work with the Steel Shop at Elan Ford Brothers. You bring the plan or idea, and they'll make it a reality. The Steel Shop sells and installs vehicle accessories like bull bars, running boards, and bed liners. They also specialize in truck and trailer hitches as well. Get it built to last. Elan Ford Brothers, 221 County Road in Evanston.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Westar Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Westar Printing, 307-789-5202.
Top of the 6th inning, Outlaws got 1 run in the bottom of the 5th to bring themselves a little closer, 8-3. Sharp grounder in the hole left side, and that's through. A first pitch single for Michael Greer, and he is 3 for 4 with 3 singles.
Yeah, both teams really making the most of this infield. We've seen a handful of infield singles. Another one goes in between the third baseman and the shortstop.
Greer has scored twice and has 2 RBIs in this game as well, and he's on board with a leadoff single. I've got Gus at 74 pitches on the day. That's the Outlaws pitcher, Gus Allred.
A conversation between the manager and the umpire.
Just a friendly conversation there. Brings Dalton Nelson, the shortstop, to the plate. He's 2 for 3. A couple of singles, 2 runs scored. Flew out to center in the second. A 4.01 average coming into this game.
Gus Allred 74 pitches. Trevor Stowe 92, according to Game Changer.
Nelson hits left. He's got a man on first. Michael Greer is a similar position. We've seen a familiar position we've seen today. Allred kicks and deals and hits the inside corner. No, just missed the inside corner. Ball 1.
Yeah, check out Schneider at third. He's ready for a bunt. He keeps creeping in.
Nelson, that electric blue bat over his left shoulder, waits the pitch. Wide open stance, and then he'll step straight forward as Allred delivers with the left hand. Down low, middle of the plate, but too low, ball 1. Ball 2, excuse me. Allred taking a little extra time, wipes some sweat off of his glove hand, that right fingers. Looks to first, comes set at the chest. Kicks and deals, and there's the bunt to right side. That's in the air and foul.
Schneider was exactly right then.
Yeah. Maybe that forced Nelson to try to go down the right, the first base side rather than the third base side.
I mean, it's a very difficult play for a lefty batter to dribble it down the first base line.
Nelson steps back in, 2 balls and a strike. Outlaws defensively have to be ready for him to try that again. Nelson waving the bat over his left shoulder. Allred deals. Nelson swings, line drive into left field. And Fisher misplayed it. He thought he could charge in and make the catch. Last second he stopped, and it skips under his glove. Peterson backing up, throws it in. But it's a single for Dalton Nelson that moves runners over, and he's able to stretch it into a double on that skip under the glove. That brings Aiden Roush to the plate. Roush, a single in the first, a double in the second, flew out to center in the fourth. He's got 3 RBIs on a 2-for-3 day so far. Roush, big, strong right-handed hitter, the cleanup man for Sheridan, a .374 average. Lefty on righty. Gus delivers in the dirt. That gets away from Gross. That'll score a run from third. Greer scores standing up, and Nelson over to third on the wild pitch. Obviously, ball 1 to Aiden Roush.
This is where you got to keep control of things right now. 6-run game. You really can't let this one get blown wide open.
2 more hits here in this inning. Allred deals, and a high fly ball right field. Caden Smith going back. This will be deep enough for the tag, and misplayed by Smith. So Roush will round first and run into second standing up. No problem for Nelson scoring from third. And Roush in at second with another RBI. That's his 4th RBI of this game. Sheridan leads 10-3, and the Outlaws in the infield will meet and conference for a moment again. Go ahead.
Just Caden Smith in right field, and this has just been something every player's had difficulty with today. Tracking those balls high in the air. I know the sun's coming at you, the wind's blowing around, and just a tough break for him. Comes off the glove, and the inning continues for Sheridan.
The wind whipping in at a pretty good clip from the west, and that may have played a factor. Inside corner, strike 1 to Justice Reese. Struck out swinging, lined out to the first baseman, and then singled so far in this game. He's 1 for 3.
Evanston needs something to switch the momentum. Down by 7, nobody down, runner on second. They need something to happen, and they need it to happen now.
Runner on second with no outs. Allred delivers the 0-1, and that's in there at the knees. Strike 2. Again, inside corner to Reese. And Sheridan's been impressive. That no big lopsided innings, but 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 more in the fourth, 1 more in the fifth, 2 more here in the sixth. Scatterdays 10 runs over the 6 innings, and boy, they're not done yet. Allred delivers the 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him on an outside pitch, and he chased it.
Yeah, Reese is not happy with himself on that. Slams the bat down, and he just got undressed and fooled by Allred on the mound.
Brings Caden Steele to the plate. Steele, 1 for 3, an RBI single in the first, struck out looking in the second, grounded to short in to end the fourth, or at least the top half of the fourth. Steele, a strong right-handed batter, .313 average. Tight grip on the bat as he takes ball 1 inside at the knees. Steele. Long red socks, short gray pants, bright white batting gloves. Boy, he just continues to grip that bat. Grip, 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 loosen grip. And here's the 1-1, or the 1-0. Down the first base side, Moyles chases but cannot make the catch.
It literally fell in and out of his glove. His glove was closed when the ball hit.
It looked like he knew where it was going and then put the glove up to protect his face at the last second. I think it got into the sun and he just lost track of it to make the catch.
And again, like I said, the hand was closed when it hit, and you're not going to catch a lot of balls in that position.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down, a man on second. 10-3 Sheridan lead. Allred delivers, swing and a miss, strike 2 to Steele.
Steele that RBI single back in the first inning, but since then, a strikeout looking and a ground out to shortstop, putting him at 1 for 3 today.
That was an off-speed pitch, and Steele just didn't have the timing down. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Allred deals high and outside, just misses ball 2. Steele with 1 foot in, 1 foot out of the right-handed batter's box. Steps back in, a couple low swings, and waits. Allred looks back to the runner at second. That's Aiden Roush. Another glance back there, and then the pitch down low, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, a full count. Got Allred at about 85, 90 pitches at this point. Outlaws have a few options they could bring in once Gus is done. Sharp grounder right side, that's through the hole. Caden Smith picks it up, quick throw home, and the throw is way off target. So the run will score easily. Aiden Roush hit home by Caden Steele's single. That throw about 10, 20 feet toward first base from home plate.
Yeah, Caden Steele, a righty, and had the shift on, but he's able to go oppo a little bit. Pushes it just past the second baseman on the first base side. An RBI single for him.
That's 3 runs on 3 hits in this inning. 11-3 Sheridan running away with this one. Outlaws scored 2 in the first. They tied it at that point in the bottom of the first, and then 1 more in the 5th. But Sheridan bats just continue to rake as they did yesterday in a 23-3 win over Rock Springs. High, deep fly ball, left field, back. Fisher has no chance to get to this one. A 2-run dinger by Trevor Stowe. The pitcher helps his own case and breaks the game further open. Deep over the left field fence. A 2-run shot by Trevor Stowe, his second base hit of the game, his second run scored of the game. And Sheridan leads
13-3. And Stowe in his last at bat, I mean, he crushed it, went off the outfield wall, deep center field, and he gets all of this one, pushes it over the left fielder Ryan Fisher's head, and a 10-run deficit now for the Outlaws.
And it's an elimination game, and we got to talk about it now. If Evanston at this point doesn't get 1 run in the next inning, as the score sets now, that number will creep up even more. If they don't get that number, their season will end in the 6th inning.
Cody Kilpatrick to the plate. Yeah, we're here in the 6th. You're right, Elin. If Evanston doesn't cut it to a 9-run deficit in the bottom of this inning, this game's over. Cody Kilpatrick singled and scored in the 2nd. He's 0 for 2 since then. 1-0 pitch is inside for ball 2 above the belt.
And you got now, tragically, we also got to talk about this may very well be the final game for Reed Gross, Ryan Fisher, Connor Peterson, and Brendan Thompson.
Slow grounder to short. Jagger fields it, throws it, and it's a high throw, and Clayton Moyles with a nice stretch to get the play, get the out, 2 down.
If you're looking for a silver lining in this game, just don't look further than Clayton Moyles at first base. He's done an excellent job of stretching out, making some tough plays look easy, and his shortstop Jagger Mitchell just corralling balls and sending him his way.
And both of those guys you mentioned will be back next year.
Brock Steele to the plate. He's 1 for 3 in the game with an RBI and a run scored. Strike 1 inside corner at the knees. This has been a pretty disastrous inning. I had talked to feels like a couple minutes ago about no lopsided innings really for Sheridan, but 5 runs here in the 6th, that's lopsided without a doubt. Popped up, foul. by Brock Steele, and he finds himself down 0-2 in the count with 2 outs and nobody on.
When you talk about players' last games, you also got to give a huge shout out to the parents. Years and years of taking the guys to practice, to games, all the support throughout the years.
0-2 misses well outside, ball 1.
And the mileage these families put on to going around the state, I don't know if there's any state that competes with it.
ESPN did a story a few years ago on Evanston High School sports and touched on exactly that. Ball 2 misses way up high. And there go my live reads. Good thing we already got through them.
Yeah, the wind picking up here in Rock Springs.
Thanks, David. I'll put those under something so they don't blow away again.
At least we had the paper clip on them so they didn't all blow out like individual.
Foul ball back to the screen again. Keeps the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hey, you think about just the drive, that season opening tournament, the Spring Classic in Gillette. A lot of teams don't travel that far in an entire season, what Evanston did for one weekend.
7 hours one way.
Foul ball again, out of play, and Brock Steele continues to battle. Allred takes a long walk around the mound. He is approaching his max pitch count of 105. I've got him right around 100.
97 pitches according to Game Changer.
Pitch outside corner, just misses. Some Outlaw fans can't believe that and get a little derogatory. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the frustration coming out. Not surprising. Allred kicks and deals, and a swing and a miss. He gets Brock Steele to chase one. Strike 3, but the damage done. 5 runs on 4 hits, no errors. 1 error, excuse me, and nobody left on. 13-3, Outlaws need at least 1 run to even get to the next inning. We're heading for the bottom of the 6th on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog and My Local Radio.
A pass to the Evanston Rec Center gives you access to 3 amazing weight rooms. As a serious weightlifter, you can accomplish all your goals of bulking and maximizing with our complete lines of Precor, Hoist, and Troy free weight equipment. If your weightlifting is more focused on firming, toning, core, and muscle strength, then you'll enjoy the Cybex equipment weight room. Don't wait another minute to reach your weight training goals. Live your fit life with a pass to the Evanston Rec Center. Stop in today, 275 Saddle Ridge Road.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds. Plus job listings, fun giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch live as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches, catch up on local and regional news, and get accurate weather conditions and forecasts. Visit mylocalradio.com, like us on Facebook, and stream it all now.
Evanston down 13-3 in the bottom of the 6th. They are the home team, so they'll get the last crack at things, and that could be right now if they don't score at least 1 run. Now we have a change in pitcher for Sheridan. Trevor Stowe's day is done, and he went out with a bang, that 2-run homer earlier in the inning. And who's this this pitcher, number 5? That's Carter Dubberly, isn't it?
So Dubberly's going to move over from center field onto the mound.
Carter with a 5-2 record and a 2.67 ERA.
Looking for Stowe. Looks like we still have Aiden Roush at second. Michael Greer still at third. Stowe has moved to short. Dalton Nelson might be in right field because I saw Brock Steele was in center. Outlaws have Connor Peterson, Brendan Thompson, Jordan Schneider. They need at least 1 run to force a 7th inning. Peterson skies this one straight up the elevator shaft. Roush at second comes over. Nope, it's the first baseman, Caden Steele, making the catch in foul territory, out number 1. Peterson goes 0 for 3 today.
Here comes Brendan Thompson. He's 0 for 2. He'll look to get on the base on the bag for the first time.
Thompson, a .307 hitter. He's 0 for 2. He'd due for a hit here.
I think it's safe to say this last season of his has been his best. Leads the team with 50 RBIs.
First pitch a bit high. Nope, at the belt, strike one. So Carter Dubberly, a left-handed pitcher. Do we have any numbers on him?
Yeah, we do. 31 1/3 innings pitched, a 5-2 record in 5 games started. So he's used to coming in and getting the late innings. 30 strikeouts to only 14 walks with a 2.67 ERA.
Thompson with a sharp line drive into left field for a single. And the Outlaws, what they hope will be the start of something big.
And that runner on first is very important for Evanston now. He is, in a way, their saving grace. He gets across the plate, and we'll play another inning.
But right now, if you're Evanston, you need a lot more than just Brendan Thompson scoring to give yourself a chance to stave off elimination.
Jordan Schneider at the plate, strike one at the belt. No question, that's in there. Schneider, the green neon bat, the charcoal gray batting gloves. A 264 average. Taps both sides of the plate and waits from the right side of the plate. Dubberly again, a left-handed pitcher. Short kick, sharp grounder to third, and that is off the wrist of Michael Greer and into left field. Thompson safely at second, Schneider at first.
They call that an error?
Call that an error,
yeah.
Yes.
So E5 goes down for Michael Greer.
And that brings Caden Smith to the plate with runners on first and second. Stowe, he had thrown, 92 pitches, you said, Elan? So he had a few to go, and he'd been dealing pretty well. Held the Outlaws to 3 runs on, I think, 6 hits. Dubberly deals and catches the outside corner, strike one to Smith. Caden singled in the first, grounded to short in the 5th. He's 1 for 2. The lefty looks to the runners on first and second with 1 out. We'll turn it over to the top of the lineup if Caden can do something here. He takes ball 1 up high. A 303 average for Caden Smith.
Smith singled back in the second and grounded out in the 5th.
Right-handed batter. He's a stout, strong, very confident. Kind of has a swagger about him. Takes ball in the dirt. That gets past the catcher. And Brendan Thompson easily advances to second, and the same for Jordan Schneider. Or Thompson to third, the same for Jordan Schneider, but to second.
Finally, Evanston's able to take advantage of wild pitches.
It's also ball 2 for Caden Smith, so 2 balls and a strike. A 10-run lead. Got to wonder, for Coach Ben Phillips or manager Ben Phillips, the leash for Dubberly, if he gives up a couple runs here, he might have a quick outing or a short outing. Smith fouls it up over the screen. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Smith looks down to third. No sign from Coach Thompson as he just wants his batter to do something at the plate, get a hit. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lefty on righty. Dubberly delivers, and that drops in. Strike 3, the punch out. Smith knew it. He just had to wait for the umpire to give the signal.
Yeah, Smith frozen like a statue.
That was a nasty breaking ball, and that brings Ryan Fisher to the plate. Smith furious, maybe with himself just as much as anything else.
Leadoff man with runners in scoring position, and in a way, well, not in a way, but the season on the line, they got to push one across.
Fisher, 38 RBIs on this season, needs 39 to keep this game going. Strike 1 at the belt. Fish looks down to Coach Thompson, and again, he just kind of shakes his head. Get a hit, baby.
He's 1 for 3 today, singled in the second.
And he takes strike 2, another nasty breaking ball that drops in. That's about the same thing that struck out Caden Smith. 0-2 the count. Outlaws down to what could be the final pitch of the season with runners on second and third, 2 outs in the home half of the 6th. The pitch, Fisher reaches out, dribbles it towards short, bobbled and dropped, and the Outlaws score a run to at least force a 7th inning. Thompson comes across, Schneider on to third, and Fisher safe at first on the error at short.
Ice in his veins. It's not a game tying run, but it gives your team, an opportunity to play another inning.
That brings Reed Gross to the plate. 13-4 Evanston with 1 run on just 1 hit in this inning. They've taken advantage of a couple of errors so far. See what Gross can do. Ball 1 outside and a bit high. Gross singled and scored in the first, struck out swinging in the second, was hit by a pitch and scored in the 5th. Outlaws have scored 4 runs. Gross has accounted for 2 of those in this game. Runners at the corners with 2 outs. Gross, sharp grounder down the third base side. Greer picks it up, throws to first across the diamond, and gets the out. He's been solid today without a doubt. So Evanston gets 1 run to at least force a 7th inning on 1 hit, 2 errors, and 2 runners left stranded. 13-4 as we head for the 7th on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Evanston baseball on the Big Dog and My Local Radio.
The importance of saving and learning how to use money wisely can be taught from a very young age. At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we offer youth accounts to help kids learn to save, borrow, and spend responsibly. Our youth accounts are special, just like the kids in our community. Check out our See You Grow, See You Learn, and See You Prosper accounts for kids 0 to 18. These accounts are great to start managing finances. Open a youth account today for $1. TronaValley.com, member NCUA.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
Change in pitcher for the Evanston Outlaws. Ryan Fisher takes them out. He was in left, so we'll update the Outlaws defense for you. The Ryan Fisher pitching to Reed Gross. Gus Allred moves to first. Brendan Thompson at second. Jordan Schneider at third. And Jagger Mitchell stays at short. Clayton Moyles moves out to left with Connor Peterson in center and Caden Smith still in right. So no substitutions, just guys shifting defensive positioning.
And here's Carter Deberly. We just saw him work on the mound for the Troopers, and he'll walk up to the dish. He's batting 0 for 4 today.
Did reach on an error and scored in the second, but has not gotten a base hit today. And that's, look at his numbers, a 371 average. It's probably been pretty rare this season that he hasn't gotten a hit in a game. Left-handed batter, black batting glove, steps in. He's got the blue Sheridan helmet on. Number 5 on the back of his red jersey. Fisher, the right-handed pitcher, kicks and deals and misses way up high. Reed just lets that one go by, and Michael Greer, the on-deck batter, will chase it down.
Yep, short-term memory. First pitch, just got a bit of a cannon on your arm, no big deal. Put it behind you.
13-4, the Outlaws need a quick 1-2-3 here, or at least hold Sheridan from scoring anymore, adding to that 9-run lead. High and outside, ball 2 to Dubberly. Fish toes the rubber and deals. High and in, ball 3.
Well, he's slowly working his way down. The first one got into the cage behind him, and each pitch afterwards has come closer to the strike zone. Let's see if we can get one here.
The pitch, this one goes back up a little bit for ball 4, and a 4-pitch leadoff walk for Carter Dubberly. Brings Michael Greer to the plate. He's had a good day. 3 singles, 3 runs scored, 2 RBIs, and he reached on an error, so he's 4 for 4 on base. 272 average coming in. Strong right-handed batter. You're from a different part of the country, Matthew. What do you call that blue that he's got on his cleats?
On his cleats?
Yeah.
That's Carolina blue.
Carolina blue. High pop-up over the screen and out of play.
Does it go by a different name here in Wyoming?
I don't know that. I mean, a lot of people, you say Carolina blue. We know what you're talking about.
Right,
we
yeah.
recognize that for sure.
The Tar Heels, I mean, they've just franchised it.
That's what I expected you to say, being from closer to North Carolina. Down in the dirt, Reed Gross throws to first, and it's a bouncing throw into right field, but Caden Smith doing his job to back up, so Dubberly does not advance.
Heads up baseball by the right fielder, Caden Smith, to back up that throw and keep the runner on at first.
a baby blue. In south central Utah, some might call it like Paiute T-bird blue. They use that same color.
Yeah, I definitely see the baby blue.
High fly ball, deep center field. Peterson going back, and at the wall, jumps, will not get it. And Michael Greer gets to slow things down. He was sprinting for maybe a double or a triple. Instead, he slows it down and takes that long, slow, delicious jog around second, third, and the 90 feet to home plate. A 2-run dinger, the second of the game for this Sheridan team. This time it's Michael Greer.
Yeah, Greer just having a fantastic day. He's got 3 singles, a home run to go along with it now.
So Dubberly rounds the bases from first and scores. Greer gets the round trip. And that brings us to Dalton Nelson with 1 down, a 15-4 Sheridan lead. Fisher misses inside to Dalton Nelson, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Sheridan has been consistent today. Fisher deals, and Nelson rips it right at second base, but Thompson just reaches up and makes the grab.
Yeah, Thompson making that look effortless.
We've seen him do that really all season when things get lined at him. I mean, he had one earlier today where he wasn't able to crowd that one down, but
was you referring to when they had the bases loaded and he was playing in? That's about like that same hit. That hit went over his head because of the shift in the defense. Strike 1, breaking ball to Roush. Aiden Roush, you mentioned Michael Greer having a day. Aiden Roush has 4 RBIs and a run scored on a double and a single. Plus he reached on an error in the 6th. Fisher delivers. High bouncing ball to third. Schneider waits on it. A little trouble in the exchange. The throw to first just in time. And they get the out.
Hey, great patience there by the third baseman, Schneider. He's going to let that ball sink into his hand a little bit and then delivers a bullet across the diamond.
Jordan is another one of those guys who's improved so much throughout the season at third base.
Absolutely. There were question marks about, at least in my mind, how would he do at third base, but he's proven to be excellent.
Yeah, he's manned the hot corner very well.
Down and in the dirt to Justice Reese, ball 1 with 2 outs. Sheridan has 2 runs in this 7th inning. Grounder to short, high chopper, chest high. Jagger reaches out, fields, throws to first, and gets the out. So after a walk and a 2-run homer, Sheridan goes down. The next 3 batters, 1, 2, 3, 2 runs, 1 hit. No errors and nobody left stranded. Outlaws need at least 11 to keep this game going. Down 15-4 as we head for the home half of the final inning at State on day 3 of the Outlaws baseball on the First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Evanston baseball on the Big Dog and My Local Radio.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
Whatever takes you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including newly renovated rooms, a business office, workout room, outdoor pool, and full-service restaurant, plus complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
15-4, Sheridan scored 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 4 in the 2 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, 5 in the sixth, 2 more in the seventh. Outlaws 2 in the first and then 1 each in the fifth and sixth. They trail by 11 and will face the third pitcher of the day for Sheridan. This is Luke Keller, a 5.72 ERA. Evanston needs 11 runs to tie, 12 to take the lead. Look back to July 22nd. What was that, 2.5 weeks ago? Evanston was down 2-0 against Casper, and then in the third inning, 12 runs. They'd need something similar to that right now.
If you want to get that party started,
that's
right. Bat to Jagger Mitchell. 0 for 2 today with a walk.
And he hit
down.
it. 34. There's 34 right there.
And he didn't even have to step into that one. No question. He's hit by the pitch. So Jagger's been hit 34 times.
He's got to lead the state. Every other stat sheet that I looked at, the lead guy's around 20, 17.
Yeah.
He's got to lead the entire state.
Well, why don't you expand on state? Let's talk about the country a little bit. I mean, that's 34 pitches. That's a lot of black and blue on his arm and legs.
Gus Allred. High pop up down the third base side. This might be playable for Michael Greer, who drifts over and snow cones it for the catch.
That was actually really smart. He took his hat off, held it in front of the sun so he could identify the ball first and then started chasing it.
Made that catch in foul territory. About 20 feet, maybe more beyond third base in left field area. One down with Jagger Mitchell on first. Luke Keller on the mound. He's a right-handed pitcher.
Luke just told his infield he wants the double play. He wants to go home.
Clayton Moyles to the plate. 2-run double in the first, and he rips this into left field for the single. Mitchell easily on to second, and no double play here as Moyles safe with the single.
On the trip home, we'll have to wait a little bit. Clayton Moyles with a great single. Roped that one into left field.
That brings Connor Peterson to the plate. Peterson due for a hit. He's 0 for 3 in this game, a .291 hitter coming in.
Let's go ahead and take this in. This could be the last at-bat of Connor Peterson's career.
With one out and runners on first and second, Outlaws trail 15-4. Need to get something going here, and they've started well. Peterson rips it down the line, right side, but out of play. A little behind that pitch. Peterson, 23 RBIs this season, 33 runs scored. White batting gloves, and the brightest white helmet on the Outlaws team. Grounder up the middle, maybe a double play ball, scooped. Thrown to first. They got the out at second, but not in time at first. Peterson, too much speed, beats the throw. And for the moment, Outlaws still survive.
Yeah, game of inches, and Peterson on the winning side of that. Tie goes to the runner. What a close call.
That might be a makeup call from what we saw earlier with Caden Smith.
Honestly, I thought Caden was out. I mean, we're a long ways. Coach Mitchell was closer, but I thought that was the right call. Brendan Thompson up next. He singled and scored in the last inning, and they're in the sixth. 0 for 2 before that in this game. I invite you to stay tuned in our post-game show for the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap and the Dr. McKay Frankham Dental Services Precision Play of the game. What's the next game? Casper and Jackson. Just kind of thinking out loud here. We won't need to get out of the way like a short post-game. There's nobody else coming in to broadcast that next game.
RBI leader at the plate for Evanston.
And he loops it into left field over the head of Michael Greer. And there's another RBI. Connor Peterson digging for third and dives in safe. Thompson decides to stay safely at first. Brendan Thompson with an RBI single.
Yeah, tough to come up with an adjective to describe that hit, but just rainbowed it right over the third baseman, plopped down in left field.
Kind of
a beautiful RBI.
Kind of one of those Texas pop flies where it just clears the outfield or infield and drops in there.
Brings Jordan Schneider to the plate, 0 for 3 in the game. Outlaws have made it a 10-run ball game. They need 10 more. Down low, ball 1 to Schneider. Runners on the corners. Peterson's at third. He reached on a fielder's choice. Thompson at first. Down and in to Schneider, ball 2. Sun behind some clouds. That's a nice little cool feeling for the moment.
Definitely will help the fielders out right now.
The pitch, and Schneider back right side. Should be routine. Roush throws to first and ends the ball game. A 4-3 putout puts the Outlaws out of the tournament. A 15-5 win for the Sheridan Troopers. Evanston gets 1 run on 2 hits in the bottom of the 7th. No errors and 2 runners left stranded. Outlaws season comes to an end. We'll talk about it in the post-game show. What a season they've had. We'll get some details for you coming up. A 15-5 Sheridan win. They advance, and Evanston goes home on this First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and My Local Radio.
In May of 2019, Uintah County School District Number 1 became the first school district in Wyoming to achieve a certified level 1 on high reliability schools by the Rosanna Leadership Center. We're focusing on 3 levels. Level 1 is a safe and collaborative culture. Level 2, effective teaching in every classroom. And Level 3 is a guaranteed and viable curriculum. We are certified Level 1 in safe and collaborative culture. This is Superintendent Ryan Thomas. Congratulations to everyone in our district. Keep up the great work.
Uintah County School District Number 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Do you really think you can get a better deal on a vehicle in the city? Poppycock! Rocky Mountain Yeti is hungry for your business and will beat any bona fide deal on any vehicle, or they'll give it to you as a gift. Now that's legendary. Rocky Mountain Yeti Evanston, home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile legendary warranty, where legendary customer service is not a myth.
Welcome back to the post-game show. It's time for your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap. Jimmy John's at 113 Front Street in Evanston. Gourmet sandwiches fresh and fast every day. I got my usual number 9 with hot peppers. Matthew, the usual
BLT. I don't steer away from something that works.
Elan, you got your usual today,
I got my
too?
usual, yeah. I think we all have our...
We're boring, aren't we, huh?
We are. You know what? We need to mix it up next year.
I'm with Matthew. If it works, you keep going with it. We're not the federal government.
Fix it's not broken.
Most people, if it's not broken, don't fix it. We're not going to work on the if it works. If it's not broken, fix it till it is. That's how they work. We're not going that way. Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap. The Outlaws on day 1 of the state tournament get the win over Laramie 3-2. And then day 2, get blasted 14-0 against Cheyenne Post 6. That puts Evanston in the losers bracket facing the Sheridan Troopers on day 3. And in an elimination game, Sheridan came out swinging. They scored 2 runs in the top of the first. Evanston came out swinging as well and answered with 2 runs in the bottom of the first as Reed Gross singled, Gus Allred singled, and Clayton Moyles laced one into left center field for a 2-run double to tie things up at 2. Unfortunately for Evanston, things went south from there. Sheridan scored 3 more in the second, then 2 more in the fourth, 1 more in the fifth, a lopsided 5 in the sixth, and 2 more in the seventh. A 2-run homer by Michael Greer in the seventh, a 2-run homer by Trevor Stowe in the sixth. Evanston would come up with a run in the fifth, sixth, and seventh each, but fall short in a 15-5 elimination loss against the Sheridan Troopers post 7. The number 3 seed from the AA East, and the Outlaws end the season a 1-2 weekend at the state tournament with that loss against Sheridan. That's your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap, where fresh and fast meet Jimmy John's, 113 Front Street in Evanston. Stay tuned. We'll have the McKay Frankham Dental Services Precision Play of the Game. We'll chat with an Outlaw player or coach, I think, as we've done all season long, and kind of do some final goodbyes for this Outlaws 2020 baseball season. Stay tuned on this First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Evanston Outlaws Post 41 baseball on the Big Dog and My Local Radio.
You're invited to come in and visit with the team at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley today. Our customers are our friends. If you haven't ever been in, stop in today. We'd love to get to know you. If you haven't been in for a while, stop in and let's get caught up. And if you were here yesterday, come back again soon. You always have an open invitation to visit the crew at Cache Honda Yamaha, where our customers are our friends, on US 91 between Logan and Smithfield.
Early Oregon-bound immigrants traveled through the Bear Lake Valley. U.S. Highway 30 basically follows the Oregon Trail. Many wagon trains stopped at Thomas L. Pegleg Smith Trading Post, located near Dingle, Idaho, for supplies. One traveler wrote of camping along Cotton Line Bear River, watching grass as tall as a man wave in the wind. Today, you don't have to ride in a wagon to visit Bear Lake Valley, but the rich history is still here to enjoy. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
If you can't give your dentist a 5-star rating, then you ought to consider making your next dental appointment with Dr. McKay Frankham. One patient said, "The best experience I've ever had at a dentist." Other customer comments include 5 stars plus. And not only is Dr. Frankham the best dentist I've ever been to, but I can actually afford to have dental work done by Dr. Frankham. Make your next dental visit a 5-star experience. Call for an appointment today at 307-789-8910.
15-5, the final score in the final game of the Outlaws 2020 season. And it's hard to celebrate right now what Evanston did great this year, winning the AA West. Some of the wins they came up with this year, fantastic. Earning the #1 seed at the state tournament, winning on day one for the first time ever in AA program history for Evanston.
In a masterpiece of a game, really. I mean, that may go down as the best game that Evanston has played all year.
It was certainly a great game, and they held on for the win. But right now, obviously, the sting is we still went 1-2, got eliminated on day 3, which has kind of been their outcome for most of the 5 years they've been in the AA program or the AA level.
Still looking for title #1, and I think you can say, though, that Evanston took some steps forward this year.
Yeah.
And Coach Thompson before the season said, we're gonna make some noise and surprise some people this year, and I think they did that.
Certainly did, yeah, definitely. Especially with that win Wednesday over Laramie, and the teams came in obviously expecting to have to compete, play hard, and to beat this Evanston team. Time for your Dr. McKay Frankham Dental Services Precision Play of the Game, 170 Arrowhead Drive, #1. That's Dr. McKay Frankham. You can call 789-8910. That's 789-8910. And a couple plays come to mind. I think the best one for me, Clayton Moyles' 2-run double in the first. Of course, that doesn't happen without Gross and Allred singling. Allred finishes 3 for 4 on the day, by the way, from the plate.
Yeah.
But any other plays come to mind?
No, I mean, they responded early in the game, and it looked like they were going to go toe-to-toe for the next 7 innings, but ultimately just the Troopers outlasted them.
So that'll be your McKay Frankham Dental Services Precision Play of the Game. Final one of this season. Dental care at reasonable rates for the whole family. Outlaws in the first inning were trailing 2-0. Reed Gross a 1-out single. Jagger Mitchell struck out, and then Gus Allred a 2-out single. We had 2 runners on, and Clayton Moyles hit a double into the left center gap that scored those 2 guys. That tied the score in the bottom of the second inning, and just a nice piece of hitting by Clayton Moyles, who I look forward to. He's a kid that you look forward to some great years coming up with the Outlaws.
Absolutely. I mean, the silver lining to this entire year is that the majority of this team that won the West for the first time, the majority of this team that won on day 1 for the very first time is coming back. And after this, I think they're going to – this stings, but when the sting is over, I think it's going to turn into determination. And 2021 – and onward looks very promising for the Evanston Outlaws.
McKay Frankham Dental Services Precision Play of the Game. Dental care at reasonable rates for the whole family. Now, normally Coach Chad Thompson or one of his guys come to talk with us. It would be completely understandable if none do this time.
Yes.
They're doing team stuff. So if we don't have somebody come join us here on the postgame show, we'll totally understand. And I don't know that I'd expect that because of how reliable he's been to come, but I wouldn't be surprised at all. They're doing team stuff right now, and that's understandable.
And in the meantime, let's give the honor to Reed Gross, Ryan Fisher, Connor Peterson, and Brendan Thompson. I mean, those guys have played their last games, their career as Outlaws are over. Brendan Thompson, heck of a final season. I mean, we talked about all year. You don't see very many teams with your RBI man batting no higher than 6th in the lineup.
Right.
Connor Peterson, we've talked about it all year. Just amazing progression throughout his career. Brendan Thompson, Ryan Fisher, just one of the studs on the mound. It's just so unfortunate he dealt with the injuries he did. And then, of course, Reed Gross, we talked about with Steve Baldwin at a party not too long ago. Reed just might go down as top 2 Outlaws catcher that's ever been through here.
Yeah, an excellent career, and he dealt with some, an arm surgery, and at times, didn't quite have the arm you want from your catcher, but because of that injury. But boy, his abilities behind the plate have been fantastic. And Fisher, we didn't know if we'd have him back this year because of pitching at college, but then the corona actually worked to bring him back, and he provided some depth at pitcher the Outlaws needed. And Brendan Thompson, you mentioned he was another guy who was on the fence about coming back, and last minute decided to come. And boy, 51 RBIs later, Outlaws were glad to have him. And Connor Peterson, we didn't see him a whole lot at the AA level last year, but boy, he's been as good of a center fielder as I've seen in this Outlaws program in almost a decade. He's been fantastic.
Absolutely. And you talk about coronavirus actually kind of being an advantage for Evanston. You talk about the returners, but also they opened up the season at a tournament they wouldn't have if it wasn't for the pandemic closing down the Rocky Mountain School Baseball tournament, and I think that actually was a huge advantage. They got to see Cheyenne early in the season. They got to see Gillette. They got to see all these top teams in the state so early, and I think that gave them the confidence to go on that 8-game winning streak that we saw right at the beginning of the year.
Right.
And I mean, it's been a season unlike any other, and fortunately for the Outlaws, it's been a lot of positives.
Definitely. Anything else you want to touch on, Elin? Should we wrap this thing up?
I think, yeah. I mean, a big thank you to Coach Chad Thompson, to all the Evanston Outlaw players who's given us their time throughout the year, the season, and in the words of Coach Thompson, go Outlaws.
Go Outlaws. I wish we could end it there, but I just have to say something else.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just a thank you to Alyssa McDaniel.
Yes.
Back in the studio, Val Cook and Julie Burley, who've also helped to produce these broadcasts and doing their job back at the radio station. A thank you to Kayleen Anderson. She does not get the credit she deserves for everything she does. Thank you to Sean Hando, our webmaster. He's fantastic. So if anything good you see on My Local Radio, that's probably thank you to Sean Hando. Thank you to all you fans for tuning in. A tremendous thank you to our sponsors that make all these broadcasts possible. We couldn't do it without the just wonderful businesses and folks in the Evanston area who continue to support us year after year. So thank you to you sponsors. And thank you to you listeners for tuning in this season. It's been, I think our views this year have been higher than we've ever had for Outlaws baseball.
It really has. It's been fantastic. Thank you so much for tuning in.
And thank you again to Coach Chad Thompson, to the players. It's so fun to spend time with those guys, and you got a big taste of that at the 4th of July tournament in Jackson. But the players just embrace us. They're friendly. They chat with us. They joke around with us. It's such a pleasurable experience all the way around. Absolutely. And thank you to Rock Springs for hosting the tournament this year and having accommodations for the media. We sure appreciate it. Elin, thanks so much for letting me do the play-by-play on this last game.
Hey, it's also the last My Local Radio broadcast for you, Ryan, and you have been a legend in this market and this for this company, and I'm not joking around. I mean, Matthew, I know you're going to do a great job filling that spot, but you've presented a challenge for all of us to kind of stand up to not just the type of broadcaster you are, but the type of person you are.
Well, thanks so much. And Matthew, thank you for being here and helping out the last 2 days.
Absolutely. And if I may, every single day, I mean, I think your statue gets a little higher. That's going to be built in Front Street, Evanston, for everything that I've heard. And so I appreciate working alongside you, even though it's been very brief, but I'm looking forward to building upon the legacy you left.
I don't know about a statue, and I don't know how realistic it would be. I was trying to make a reference to The Office. I'm catching up now. No good. All right. Well, thanks so much, you guys. It's sure been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure to follow the Outlaws this year, and good luck to the Sheridan Troopers going forward. We wish the best of luck to the rest of the team still playing, and hope they stay healthy. And hope you stay healthy and safe. And thanks so much. Until next time, let's hear it, Elin.
Go Outlaws.
You've been tuned into Evanston Outlaw Baseball on the Big Dog 99.1 KNYN with live video online at mylocalradio.com. Today's broadcast has been brought to you by these supporting businesses and individuals: Auto Farm Chevrolet, First Bank of Evanston, Dr. McKay Franken, Rocky Mountain Yeti, Arrowhead Dental, Plains Tire, the Come On In of Casper, the Littlest Wood Shop, Evanston Recreation Center, the Legal Tender Restaurant in Best Western Dunmore Inn, West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, Uinta County School District No. 1, Ellingford Brothers, Bear River Dental of Evanston and Blacks Fork Dental of Mountain View, Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, Mountain West Business Solutions, Wyoming Dental Specialties, Cash Honda Yamaha, and by Dr. Todd Hoover Chiropractic. The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media. Our executive producer is Val Cook. We want to thank Office Manager Kayleen Anderson, our Sales Manager Julie Burley, along with Evanston's ELAN OLLIFF, and Bridge Valley's Jake Hibbard, Rich County's Ryan Steineckert, and Production Assistant Alyssa McDaniel. But the biggest thanks of all is to our sponsors and to you for tuning in. We invite you to visit MyLocalRadio.com for archived games and like My Local Radio on Facebook to stay up to date with the game broadcasts. Thank you for joining us on this presentation of Evanston Outlaws Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at MyLocalRadio.com.